second game of the year. 34 wins, 14 losses, 2 ties, and a goals against average of 4.26, and a big game for the Seattle Thunderbirds netminder. Peter Anhol, what a great season he's had for the Seattle Thunderbirds, coming over from the Prince Albert Raiders, coming into tonight's game with 99 points. If Seattle should win this game tonight or tie, they will reach the 100-point mark, and a great season. Rick Kozebek behind the bench for the Tri-City Americans through a hectic and a lot of turmoil in this season off the ice, more than on the ice, but he's managed to get things through and get his team playing super hockey right now. Here to bring you the rest of the way, the voice of the Seattle Thunderbirds, Dave Ackerley.
Thank you very much, Carlos Sosa. And off the, weren't you going to get it there for me? But Cam Brower puts it right in the zone, and Tri-City Steve Jake's going to shoot it all the way back off the left wing boards down the ice. Lorenz will flip it out along the boards. Rennie holds it in, going for Nibs. Puck taken away by Brower, skate behind the T-Bird goal. Cam Brower bringing out to Kevin Malgunas. He'll backhand at center ice, and now back to pick it up at his own blue line is Jakes. Head manning too far for Rennie. He'll go back. The puck drifting through the Seattle zone. Right there is Brower. Sent it out to center ice. Brad Zavisha kicks it forward. Now puts it on a backhand in the zone. It's going to drift into Kolzig. He'll flip it out off the boards to Nibs. Nibs shoot it to center ice. Bilodeau goes as it go off his stick right to Barnes. Makes a nifty move around Gervais. And then the puck is left at the line as he's checked off the play. It's touched by Rennie for the offside call.
Victor Gervais coming into tonight's hockey game with 57 goals, 88 assists, 145 points. The Thunderbird forward has had an outstanding season, just 2 points behind Glenn Goodall in the overall team scoring, and third or fourth right around there for overall scoring in the Western Hockey League. Faceoff coming outside the Seattle blue line.
6 games left in the season for Seattle. Carlos, you think that Glenn Goodall just wanting to get those goals out of the way and get on with it now at this point?
Absolutely. He just wants to get it going, and the most that Glenn Goodall wants right now is for his team to keep winning.
Tri-City Americans, Sakic going to flip it in the Seattle zone, and behind the goal, here comes Vince Bow for the Thunderbirds. Bringing it hard, the fast-skating defender over the line, shoots, save, rebound, scores! Stevenson! Turner Stevenson scores! And it's 1-0 Thunderbirds.
Olaf Kolzig gives up a big rebound. You don't see that too often, and give credit to Vince Bow, who made that play happen as he pitched in, acting like a fourth forward, let a good hard low shot go, and off the rebound, it was Turner Stevenson. He did what you're supposed to do, head for the net, and he banged it in behind Kolzig. Welcome back, Turner Stevenson, although he played a little bit Friday night, but he gets his 26th goal of the year. Vince Bow will get one of the assists.
That goal coming just a minute and 1 second into the hockey game, and it's 1-0 Seattle on top. Back to action. Kyle Reeves taken down in the neutral zone. Picking up the puck is Goodall. He'll send it over the line, but right to Scotty Levens. Levens now, as a penalty has been called, and a penalty going to be called here, and we'll see who goes off. It's going to be against the Tri-City Americans, and going off for Tri-Cities and Seattle both will be Goodall and Terry Virtue. A cross-checking call and a slashing call, respectively. So offsetting penalties. Offsetting penalties. Things a little frisky here in the early going. The goal by Turner Stevenson, his 26th of the year. Vince Bow with the only assist on it at 1:01 to make it 1-0 in favor of Seattle very early in the hockey game. And look for a lot of, not so much chippiness, but a lot of hard hitting, which I tell you, in a long series, which the best 5 out of 9 is, could erupt into that. Face-off just inside the Tri-City blue line. Off the draw, Birds have it sent back to center ice, right on the stick of Stu Malgunas. He's taken down, puts the puck over the blue line. Reeves takes a check. They're pushing and shoving down there. Jakes, Reeves, Kosowski, now Stu Malgunas going at it with one of the Tri-City Americans, and that's Scott Levens. Levens and Malgunas, they both go down. The two linesmen, Jay Shears and Ron Scavato, in there in a hurry. It's going to be that kind of game. It is. Both teams are sending messages, and they're not using much subtlety in doing so. It's a pretty blatant message here. Tri-Cities needs to establish themselves physically on the Seattle home ice. So Malgunas and Levens will have a seat. I imagine offsetting 5-minute majors. It started as Levens got manhandled a little bit by Malgunas, actually more by his own player, and then he and Malgunas talk a little and decide to go, and down they go. And the linesmen, give credit to them as they got in there in a hurry. A lot of action here. Quickly, we can't even get settled. We've had a goal, we've had an altercation, we've had plenty of pushing and shoving and checking, and heck, we're only a minute 41 into the game.
third game in 3 nights for Tri-Cities. Friday night at Kamloops, they lost 11-5. Last night in Tri-Cities, they beat Kamloops 8-5 and come over the mountains here to Seattle. So their legs are going to be a factor, I'd say, around the third period. We'll take a look at that time.
Stu Barnes has been playing defense of late, but he did not last night, and he will not tonight. He's back to that center spot.
Scotty Farrell had been out for the Tri-City Americans, and so he was filling that gap, and admirably from what we understand, but he'll be back to his natural position of center and chief straw stirring the drink guy here in Tri-Cities.
He told me a lot about that. He told me that he learned a lot playing defense as the puck is flipped off the faceoff right into Kolzig. He'll cover up and hang on for another draw. Is now
pushing and shoving. Dave Kevin Malgunas pushing and shoving down there with Steve Rennie. Sherstenka not far behind there. It's I'm telling you, this is a preview, not so much the fisticuffs and the physical end of things, but it's going to be a long, hard-fought series.
How'd you like Brad Watson's job tonight? Our linesman down here as well.
They've got their work cut out for them. Two of the best, Ronnie Scavato and Jay Shears in the line, and Brad Watson, a fine referee as well. So they know it's a big game, and they know these two teams are setting the tone.
Mentioned Stu Barnes. We'll be chatting with him between periods after the first period, both on television and radio. Interesting. So he learned a lot playing defense, but he's glad to be back on the forward line. Draw coming up to the right of Kolzig, sent by Sherbet back to the point. Bo fires a shot. That one just whistles wide, didn't miss by much. Now here comes Reeves. Kyle Reeves skating with the puck, center ice, fires one on goal. Rebound right out in front. Bo clears it away to the corner, to the point. Barnes holds it in. Wrist shot off of Zavisha's skate. Behind the goal. Reeves centering pass. Kevin Malgunas picks it off. Center to the point, not out. Sherstenka has it. Top of the circle. Still with the puck. Right in front. Puck is kicked out of there by Lorenz. What a play. Now it's Jakes from the point with a shot blocked by Bilodeau. Puck comes to Brad Zavisha. Reeves hassling him from behind. Takes him down hard. And the puck is shot down the ice and icing the call against Seattle. And Brad Zavisha will shake that one off as he took a hard check. We'll take a timeout. 17:57 to go. First period of play. It's 1-0 Seattle leading. Timeout, Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
The only beer
Birds put the puck through the center ice neutral zone. Val is kicking it ahead, but it's taken there now by Tri-Cities, and it's going to be Degner just firing it down the right wing boards to the corner. Loring putting a pop on Seattle's Cam Brower. Checking going on at the end boards now. T-Bird zone. Down goes Peter Nedved. Brower digs the puck free. Another check put on Brower, this time by Degner. And now coming over to help out is Darcy Simon. We have got smash, bam hockey going on tonight. Puck comes free. Nedved bringing out to Vallis. Here comes Seattle over the blue line. Lindsey Vallis cutting from right to left. Put it off the end boards. Chasing after it. Puck comes off the boards to Degner. He'll bring it out now to Spenrith. Spenrith fires it across the ice. Check that it's Jason Bowen across to Farrell. Had it poke checked away and all the way back over the goal line. Back to pick it up is Degner. Degner will bring it out himself now to center ice looking for Bowen. It's poked away by Kaniski. Puck bouncing free. Loring trying to get a shot at it. Dirksen takes down Chapman on a big check in the neutral zone. And then it'll be Reeves just shooting it in. Back to touch it for the icing call is Bam Bam Bilodeau. And we'll have a face-off upcoming in the Tri-City American zone. 16:46 left in a rough first period thus far.
Coming in down the end, Bilodeau touches the puck, and then Bo got the leg out a little bit and got away with one there. It might have been a tripping call. Fans, are you concerned about security of your home? Well, you're not alone. Most of us are. Cartland Security can help. Call them at 1-800-228-0456. Cartland Alarm, proud to sponsor the Seattle Thunderbirds on radio. It's one of those nights, Dave, where you've got to keep your head up if you want to keep your wind in your lungs.
Americans winning the draw, and with the puck right behind his own goal, Sherstenka checked by Kaniski, brings the pass out though, and gets it ahead to Bill Lindsay, and he'll fire the puck down the ice. Chasing after it is Bilodeau. Icing is waved off. Bilodeau, bad pass. Sakic takes it away. Takes a shot. Save was made by Lorenz, and Lindsay couldn't get the rebound. Held in. The puck is by McNutt. Flipping around the boards. And Brent Bilodeau getting lucky there for Seattle. As the pass was taken right away by Sakic coming out of the zone. Now again, it's McNutt holding the puck in. Takes a shot. Lorenz hangs on to it. Somebody there to push and put a stick on him after he had the puck covered up. And Kaniski coming right in to get a word in edgewise. And we'll see who's going with him. And it looks like Lindsay. Lindsay and Kaniski
there. Shot taken from the point area. Lorenz makes a save relatively
deflected by Jakes.
Relatively easy save, and then Kaniski gives the big hit there, and Lorenz gets in the middle of it as well. You've got to protect your crease if you're a goaltender. Kolzig would do the same thing down at his end. You have got to establish that crease area as your zone that will not be penetrated, and that is what the Thunderbirds were trying to do there. Lindsay and Kaniski will both go off with offsetting minors. I imagine high sticking and roughing or something of that ilk. Danny Lorenz already with a lot of work here in the early going. Burnaby, BC native.
Are we headed for a double tonight on the game sheet? A two-sheeter?
It might be a two-sheeter. Danny Lorenz picked up an assist as they added that on the first goal. The goal now reads Stevenson, his 26 from Vince Bowe and the goaltender, Danny Lorenz at 101.
I believe that is his third on the season.
It might be that,
Off the draw. Birds win the face-off. Stevenson to Bowe. Bowe with the puck in the zone, has it poke checked away, sends it to the point, not out. Jakes fakes a shot, now does take a kick save by Lorenz. Sakic, rebound, trying to find Degner, can't do it. It's sent to the point, Sakic holds it in. Off the right wing boards, give it off Degner. Checked by Bowe at the goal line. In the corner now, puck is kicked free, comes to Bowe. Bowe kicks it along the end boards, get it to Bilodeau. Bam Bam puts it out to the blue line, not out of the zone. McNutt holds it in there, give it off to Degner. Degner winds up, shoots one, it took a deflection off a Seattle player and winds around wide. Now Sakic with it at the back end. Give it off, and it's taken away by Goodall. He has it poked away by McNutt. McNutt back to Sakic. Sakic out front, Jakes shooting, and a big save by Lorenz. Sharastenko holds it in, takes a shot, covered up, and hung on to by Lorenz, and he's made two brilliant saves in a row.
Looks very sharp here in the early going, that huge rebound, but it was all right in that particular play. As the play originates from behind the net, Brian Sakic sets up the shot from the point, and a big kick save by Danny Lorenz. And then on the rebound, everything is covered up. Brian Sakic, also from Burnaby, British Columbia, and his brother Joe played on the same team with Danny Lorenz in midget hockey. I think Brian played one year with them as well, so a little bit of background there between those young men. Joe Sakic, of course, now playing with the Quebec Nordique.
Face-off center, right back through the slot area. Brouwer will bring it out for Seattle to Brad Zawisza. Down the left wing, into the zone. Stood up on a check by Tri-Cities' Terry Virtue, and the Americans shoot it back to the T-Bird end. There to pick it up, Bilodeau. Out to center ice, taken and put right back in by the Americans. And shooting it is Terrence Sandwich. Brouwer gets it in his own goal line, now to Bilodeau. His pass out, going to be held in by Nibbs. Nibbs back to Sandwich. He'll shoot it to the corner boards. Brouwer checked there by Rennie. Those two pushing and shoving, and the puck is frozen there for a face-off. We'll take a break. 14:55 left in the first period. 1-0. Seattle leading Tri-Cities in a timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
From the McGruff Files, the Philadelphia story. In certain parts of Philadelphia, things were rough. Areas were run down, crime and drugs were out of hand, and honest folks felt like prisoners in their own homes. People decided to work with police to turn things around. Weekly meetings led to cleanup projects and folks working together. Soon the neighbors had their neighborhood back. That's what happens when people and police work together. Write this down and I'll show you how you can help take a bite out of crime.
Birds with a flurry in the zone. Victor Gervais had a shot that just hit the post. Now forechecking Kevin Malgunas to the end boards. His pass taken away by Virtue, flipped out front. Zawisza with a shot. That one went off his skate. Picked up by Nibbs. He'll put it center ice. Stu Barnes around Bilodeau. In the zone, in on goal. He backhands one. Stick save, Lorenz. And the Birds will bring it out to the blue line. Brad Zawisza hit by Scott Farrell. Pokes the puck ahead too far for Kevin Malgunas. Right there to pick it up, Reeves. Send it to the blue line, Seattle. Bilodeau will chase after it. Bilodeau at the goal line. Gonna take a hit by Cal Nibbs. Nibbs gets spun around. Bilodeau comes out of there, gets the pass to Stevenson. Now head to Gervais. 2-on-1 with Ballas over the line. Fakes the shot, does take it. Save it, hit him right square in the face. Right in the mask. The neck area.
Hit him in the neck, Dave, and that has got to hurt. As Kolzig, I don't know if he wears one of those little protectors that hang down. We'll have to take a good look. I don't think he does. And he took one right up there. in the collarbone neck area. Now action, the shot taken by Gervais as he waits, trying to see if he's going to pass or shoot. Decides to shoot, it rises on Kolzig, hits him right on the side of the neck there, and oh, that's got to hurt, but he's a tough customer. The native, well, he's not a native, but he's been all around the world. He was born in South Africa. A great goaltender, Olaf Kolzig, Washington Capital draft pick.
I think his passport has more stamps than mine did up at Expo.
It would. A penalty to Spenrith. A roughing minor to Spenrith, and so the Thunderbirds will have their first power play opportunity. Pretty potent power play the other night in Victoria.
Yes, they did pick up a number of power play goals. Actually, they picked up 6 power play goals in the hockey game. 6 of their 8 were on the power play. That's not a bad percentage.
Oh, you'll
75%.
Take that in just about anything. Face-off coming up to the left of Olaf Kolzig, who seems to be all right, but boy, did he take a shot up in the collarbone neck area.
And the Birds will try to pepper him here, maybe catch him off guard. Now Kasowski takes a forearm from Jakes, and Jakes is going to get a penalty here. He goes and puts some more on Kasowski, and now pushing back is Vallis, and Jakes is going to go off on a penalty for roughing as he put the forearm around the neck of Kasowski and tried to clothesline him.
I'll tell you, Tri-Cities is starting to get a little bit of goonery going here. There's a difference between establishing yourself physically and taking not too very bright penalties, and that was not a very bright one there by Steve Jakes, who is a very solid defenseman for the Tri-City Americans. He took a little extra shot at Peter Kasowski, and it's going to cost him dearly now as the Americans will be short 2 men for 1 minute and 49 seconds. A very fine line between hooliganism and physical play.
Face off to the right of Kolzig. 2-man advantage, Thunderbirds. Goodall, left point. Winds up, doesn't take the shot. Now give it off to Vallis. Circle, out to the blue line. Nedved skating back now along the stripe. Get it to Goodall. He shoots, save. Rebound, Kasowski. He shoots, and a blocker pad save made by Kolzig from a very tough angle. Puck held in by Seattle. Goodall has it taken away and shot to the point, but Vallis will take it there. Give it off along the left side board. Kasowski back to Vallis. Across to Goodall. In the circle. Left side. Cross the slot. Nedved. Wrist shot goes wide. Kolzig was spinning to the ice. Now it comes to Gervais. To the blue line. Vallis. Winds up. Fires a shot. Deflected. Score! Thunderbirds. And I don't think that Vallis is going to get that one. I think it changed direction, Carlos.
Kasowski was parked right in front of the net, and it may have deflected off his stick. We'll have to wait and see what the call is. And the Thunderbirds still with plenty of power play time remaining on the power play goal by either Kasowski or Vallis at 6:57, and you gotta love that. Shot from the point by Vallis. I don't know, it may have gone straight in. Couldn't really tell from that angle. Lindsey Vallis looks like he will get credit for that one, and he's been playing super hockey for the Seattle Thunderbirds in the last week or so. Just really turned it on. And it is Vallis who gets it.
Looked like with the naked eye that it may have just changed direction. It went through legs, that's for sure. But Vallis gets the goal for Seattle, and it's 2-0 Thunderbirds. Puck is quickly shot down the ice by Seattle. Jakes will wind up and just golf the puck back down the ice. His penalty is over. He's back on. Check that. It's not Jakes. It's Stu Barnes shooting it down the ice. Now Lindsay forechecking. Shorthanded in the corner. Takes a push and a shove from Bilodeau. And we'll see if these two go off as well, as Bilodeau and now McNutt are in the corner.
I tell you, David, it's going to be one of those nights. These young men are going to be playing each other for the better part of 2 weeks, depending on how long the series goes, and it could be interesting.
While they sort out penalties, we'll take a break with 12:46 to go in the first period of action. Glad you're aboard. Stick around. 2-0 Seattle leading in a timeout on the T-Birds Broadcasting Network. Nothing lead, the Seattle Thunderbirds on top of Tri-Cities, and Right now, as we look down below, as Stu Malgunas is going to pick up an extra penalty here as Bilodeau and McNutt both go off on coincidental minors for roughing.
To number 6, Stuart Malgunas, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalties.
So roughing for Bilodeau, slashing for Stuart Malgunas. Both teams will play 4-on-4 in front of their respective goaltenders, and barring any further penalty calls, which is not a safe bet in this hockey game tonight, 1:09 left in the minor to Jakes. So after that, the Tri-City Americans could have a power play.
4-on-4 hockey for right now, and here come the Americans. Scott Farrell over the blue line on the left wing to the circle, takes a shot. That one goes wide. Rebound off the sideboards. Kasowski, and Peter Kasowski flipping it to the point. Not out. Held in, sent back to Vince Bow, and he will send it down the ice. Back to pick it up is Farrell. Skates with it behind his own goal. Farrell now brings it out up the right side, right down Main Street, center ice. Over the stripe, he'll shoot it in the zone. Chasing after it is Lindsay. Lindsay turns Bow around. Bow trying to clear the puck as it go off of Brower and right to Sakic. Out front, Farrell, wrist shot, right to the side, looking for Lindsay backdoor, and it's poked away by Bow. Gets it ahead to Peter Nedved. Nedved in the zone, offside call. Kasowski was over the line a little bit soon, breaking down the left wing.
Minute 14 remaining in the minor to Stu Malgunas. 23 seconds left in Jake's penalty. Thunderbirds here tonight with a 2-0 lead. Lindsay Vallis, his 32nd from Gervais and Nedved at 6:57. A power play goal to increase the total to 2. And there's one of Prince George's finest, Stuart Malgunas. Represented Canada in the World Junior Tournament this past winter over in Helsinki, Finland, and accorded himself very well, was an MVP in a game and brought back a gold medal.
As did Stu Barnes of the Tri-City Americans.
That's right, so a little connection there.
Off the face-off, puck is sent back through the Seattle zone, back to get it is Bow. Looking for Barrett, it's held in by Sakic. He shoots it wide of the mark, into the corner. Reeves first one to get it, back to Brian Sakic. Sakic, who's had a fine season for Tri-Cities since coming over in the trade from Swift Current, sends it to the point. Barnes fans on his shot. Gervais takes the puck away. In the zone to Glenn Goodall. Goodall in front. Gervais takes a shot. He's tripped up by Kolzig, sliding through the crease, and the puck comes out as Kolzig got a good chunk of that puck, and now a power play is on for Tri-City. Sakic in front to Jakes. Wrist shot. Save. Rebound. Covered by Lorenz as he smothers that one, and now something breaking loose in the slot area in the crease as Jakes goes down.
Tell you, Jakes on that particular play as he was heading for the net got involved in the traffic jam there, a little pushing and shoving going on there, and he took a bit of a tumble. Lorenz was in the most prone position of anybody.
What a view he had looking up.
Yes, he did. As Tri-City's on the power play, cutting in, trying to set it up. Sakic was. He lets the shot go. It doesn't get through there on the rebound. Lorenz with the big save. He's fighting to find that dribbler that's just in between his legs, and then shot by Victor Gervais there on Steve Jakes, and you can understand why Steve Jakes was a little bit upset. And Tri-Cities is going to, I believe, get a penalty. It's going to be Gervais going to get the penalty for roughing.
We can see on our replay here, Carlos, that the last line of defense for Danny Lorenz was his backside, and it held up very well there indeed.
Yes, it did. Gervais will go off with a minor for roughing, and now the Thunderbirds will be 2 men short for the next 35 seconds. And Gervais, as we had the benefit of the replay here, for those of you listening on radio, you can see he clearly took a shot at Jakes, and that is why the Thunderbirds will be 2 men short at this stage. So Tri-Cities with a golden opportunity to get right back in this one. They trail by 2.
11:21 to go in the period. 2-0 lead, as Carlos indicated. Seattle on top. But a 2-man advantage now for the Americans. 35 seconds left in the penalty to Stu Malgunas, and now Gervais going off on the penalty for the Thunderbirds as well. Face-off is upcoming just outside the T-Bird blue line. Glenn Goodall ready for the draw, wins it, gets it to Bow, and he quickly flips the puck off the right side boards and all the way back in the zone, where Stu Barnes falls down, still controls the puck, and does a good job of steering that away from Goodall. Get it out to Reeves. Reeves ahead to Jakes over the line. Around Bow. In on goal. He shoots. Lorenz got a piece of the stick on that one and flipped it up in the air. And now Goodall touching the puck, and we've got hitting the puck with a high stick the call here, but Lorenz just did get a piece of the stick on that backhand shot.
He may have just gotten the shaft of his goal stick on that one, David, to deflect it, but what a great play by Jakes as he cut in, showing great acceleration, just got the backhand off. Lorenz got a piece of it, but Steve Jakes really showing some speed there as he went right around Vince Bowe, left him in a heap of dust, and got the good shot off. Lorenz was equal to the task. Face-off coming up to the right of the Seattle netminder.
Draw out to the point. 10 seconds to go in the two-man advantage. Winding up, Jakes with a shot. Kicked out of there by Lorenz. Right to Kosowski. He'll fire the puck down the ice. That'll kill off one penalty. Still, a minute 25 to go in the man advantage. Here comes Jakes ahead to Sakic. Sakic over the blue line, right side, across the stripe to Barnes. Barnes now backdoor. Reeves puts it through the crease. Couldn't find the spot. Now Jakes at the blue line, fires his shot, right to the side. Reeves couldn't bang it home. Spindrith fans on the puck, and Seattle shoots it down the ice.
Everybody expects Kyle Reeves to be on that back door. Seattle doing a good job so far of plugging up that area.
Now Sakic over the line, right side, puts it right through to Barnes. He shoots, he scores! Stu Barnes, backhander past Lorenz. Power play goal, 2-1 game.
Stu Barnes is a great hockey player. That's why Winnipeg drafted him in the first round last year. And he can control a game, and he just showed great speed as he just put the afterburners on at the blue line and then just cut in. Barnes gets the puck off the pass, cuts in. Sakic with a beautiful feed, and then goes to his backhand and beats Lorenz on the short side to make it 2-1, a power play goal for Stu Barnes.
That's just an outstanding shot.
It really is, and a very heady play by the Tri-City Americans player as he was able to go from his forehand to his backhand. Didn't have much net to shoot at, but he found the hole.
Now Reeves steals the puck from Brouwer. Can't get a shot away. Brouwer on his stomach, sliding on the ice, still manages to poke it over the goal line. It comes free to Peter Nedved. Nedved skates right around Scott Levens, brings it over the right wing. Still has the puck and an offside call against Seattle as Stevenson was over just a little bit soon. 9:58 to go in the period. 2-1 will take a timeout. Seattle leading in this game, but only by a goal. Timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcast Network.
For all the foot traffic that goes on in your home, now's the time to make tracks to a True Value hardware store and save on a powerful Hoover vacuum. During Hoover Month, this Quick Broom 2, just $39.99, zips up messy spills on rugs and floors. For heavy-duty carpet cleaning, choose this lightweight Hoover Elite 300 with a 5-piece tool set. It's only $79.99 at participating True Value hardware stores at home centers.
Back to action, puck in the zone. Barrett goes barreling into the goal. Down goes Kolzik. Puck is free behind the Tri-City goal. It comes out to Terry Virtue, and here come the Americans. Back to action. Virtue to the Seattle blue line. Puck poke checked away by Stu Malgunas. Give it off to Stevenson. Down goes Stu on a check by Virtue. Puck brought over by Levens. Offside. Fans wanting a penalty on Terry Virtue there.
Not able to get one. Good opportunity by the Seattle Thunderbirds. Virtue grabbed a little bit there, and could have been a penalty, but referee Watson chose not to do so. Face-off will be outside the Thunderbird blue line. Barnes gets the goal. Sakic gets one assist. I believe there's another one. We're going to check on that at 9:46. A power play goal for the Americans to narrow the gap to 1.
Face-off is upcoming just outside the T-Bird blue line on the offside call. Barnes will take the draw with Victor Gervais off the face-off. Gervais wins it cleanly. Back to Bilodeau. Bring it ahead now, neutral zone to Bowe. Bowe has it go off his stick right back to Bilodeau. Head to Gervais on side. Wrist shot. That one goes well wide of the mark. Rebound comes up on the sideboards to the corner now. Bilodeau give it off Kevin Malgunas. Malgunas spinning it to the corner to Bilodeau. Back to Kevin with the puck behind the goal, trying to center it, being hassled by Stu Barnes. Putting a check on him. Gervais comes over to help out. Steering the puck away from Dirksen. Dirksen grabs a hold of him. Has a good hold of him right there, and still the puck is in the sideboard area. Get it to Zavisha now. Pushing and shoving down there, and everybody trying to get a piece of the puck, and if not that, get a piece of the opponent. Brad Zavisha still poking at the puck. It finally comes out to Rennie. That took about 30 seconds to get it out of the corner. They get it ahead to Farrell, and he'll shoot it over center ice and into the T-Bird zone. Comes right to Nibs off the boards, checked by Bowe. Seattle will clear it back to center ice, and back there to get it is Jakes. Jakes now steering the puck across the red stripe over the blue line. T-Bird zone, fires his shot off the pad. Lorenz making the save. Held in by Nibs, flipping it around. Brad Zavisha there to pick up the puck as Rennie. Down he goes to the ice, and it comes free to Gervais. Gervais will just flip the puck in the air and down the ice, and a foot race for it now. Sharastenka and Vallis. Vallis has his stick tied up under the armpit of Sharastenka. Sharastenka pins him to the boards. Puck comes free to Jakes. It's taken away by Kasowski, now in front of Vallis. Poke checked away by Kolzik. Held in by Gervais. Cross to Stu Malgunas. Malgunas shoots it around the end boards. Get it to Kasowski. Wanting to center, and he can't. He is checked by Jakes. Puck comes free to Sakic, and here comes Tri-Cities. Rennie, center ice. Now down the left wing. Backhands it to the goal line. Lorenz will backstop it. Give it off to Brouwer. With a head of steam out of the corner. Pass across the slot. Off the stick of Kasowski. Ahead to Vallis. Vallis trying to get around Sandwith. Good defensive play by Terrence Sandwith to poke it back to the neutral zone. And here comes Lindsay 3-on-1. Lindsay over the blue line. Right through to Barnes. Now Lindsay can't get the shot away. Out front. Looking for Sakic. Taken away by Gervais. Sends it to the point. Not out. Virtue shot. Big save Lorenz. Off the stick. Here comes Lindsay Vallis. Down the right wing with the puck. He'll shoot it in the zone. And a tired bunch of Birds will make a line change. Now it's Kasowski in the corner, and he's taken into the boards by Virtue. McNutt has the puck. Bring it out to the blue line. Lindsay, center ice pass Sakic. Weaving in the zone. Back to Lindsay. He shoots, he scores! Phil Lindsay from Sakic. And what a pretty play that was.
Good give and go between those two players. Lindsay, who may be, besides Peter Nedved, the outstanding rookie in the Western Hockey League this year. He's had a heck of a season very quietly in Tri-Cities. He connects on a beautiful passing play with Sakic. What a feed. The great soft hands by Sakic, and Lindsay finds the corner on Lorenz just underneath the goal pad to make it a 2-2 tie. Time of this one, 13-10. And the Thunderbirds, after having a 2-goal lead, have now coughed up 2 themselves. But a great year for Bill Lindsay, very quietly in Tri-Cities, just having a heck of a rookie year.
Face-off is upcoming at center ice. We're back to action in a tie game. Hasn't been tied since the 101 mark of the period. And that's when Turner Stevenson scored the first goal of the game. We are tied at 2. Birds shoot the puck in the zone. Favor is returned by Tri-Cities. Seattle sends it back to the neutral zone, and then Loring is hit by Turner Stevenson. Stood straight up, and Seattle shoots the puck back in the neutral zone. It's poked free by Glenn Goodall. Goodall into the zone. Skates around, get it to Kaniski. Down he goes. Right in the circle. Penalty coming up to Tri-Cities for a slash.
The slashing minor coming up here, and the Thunderbirds will have the extra man.
Fans, the best way to enjoy a hockey game is with good friends and great beer, like Rainier Beer, the favorite brew of the great Northwest. So pick up a 6-pack, or even better yet, make it a 12-pack and keep that Rainier pouring each and every Thunderbirds game.
Brad Loring will go off for slashing for Tri-Cities. The Thunderbirds with their 3rd power play opportunity. That 2nd Tri-Cities goal. Bill Lindsay from Joe Sakic and Steve McNutt at 13:10. Barnes had scored at 9:46 from Sakic again and Steve Jakes. So a 2-2 tie.
Joe Sakic, Brian Sakic.
Did I say Joe Sakic? Playoffs are coming up, Dave.
Ignore that man behind the curtain. Go ahead.
Tri-City Americans against the Seattle Thunderbirds. March 24th, 7:30 at the Seattle Center Coliseum, and the 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Both games at the Coliseum. For tickets, 628-0888.
Off the face-off, puck is quickly shot down the ice by Scott Farrell. Back to pick it up is opposite number 6 through Malgunas. Malgunas will bring it out for Seattle with the power play now to the blue line. Center ice, pass it to Nedved. Nedved down the right wing, checked by Rennie, puts it right across the circle, left side to Vallis. Vallis to the goal line, has the puck poked away. Nibs and Dirksen both working on him, in to help out Brad Zavisha. They get it to the blue line, Nedved. Now across to Kasowski, can't find the puck, it's between his skates. Finally gets it, shoots it to the goal line, Vallis. Vallis now looking for Stu Malgunas at the point, taken away by Farrell. He'll ice the puck down the ice. Back to get it and stop it is Lorenz. Dish it off to Malgunas. Stewart out to Kasowski. Peter Kasowski with a 3-on-2. Power play break in the zone right around Farrell. He shoots and that one's saved by Colson. Just got a piece of it. In the corner now. Jake's trying to get it to the point. Does. Bo will hold it in. Back to Peter Nedved. Nedved hung on to by Farrell. Spun around. No penalty call there. Fans can't believe it. In the corner, Vallis checked by Scott Farrell. Puck comes free to Kasowski. Out of the blue line, Nedved. Peter Nedved along the stripe, cross to Bo, in the circle, fires a shot, blocked by Jakes. Rebound comes back to Bo. Now around to Ballas, to Brad Zavisha. Hash marks, right side boards. Skates in front, give it to Nedved, wrist shot, and that went! Kolzig made a brilliant save. Spun around, didn't see where the puck went, but he got a piece of his stick on it. Nedved again, takes a wrist shot, save, rebound comes loose, Rennie shoots it down the ice. What a save on the shot by Nedved.
Kolzig, a brilliant save as Nedved let the good wrist shot go.
Here comes Bo, streaking down the right side, around Spenwith, to the corner. Sandwich checks him to the end boards. Goodall coming in to help out. Vince Bo, give it off to Gervais, to the blue line, Peter Nedved. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Skates to the slot, cross to Goodall. His shot hit the side of the goal. And the Americans clear to the blue line, not out. Bo back to Peter Nedved. Nedved's pass poked away by Spenrith, and we're back to 5-on-5. The Americans have killed the penalty off. Now it's going to be Terrence Sandwich just shooting the puck all the way down the ice. Levens will get there first for Tri-City, so Lorenz will have to clear it out himself. Give it to Gervais, now to the point, not out. Sandwich with a shot, goes off a stick, right to Virtue. Virtue has it poked away by Turner Stevenson. Stevenson checks him to the boards, sends the puck ahead for Gervais and Stu Malgunas. Nifty pass, Gervais to Malgunas, wrist shot save, rebound, bouncing loose, comes right to Levens. End boards, bring it around behind the goal to Sandwich. Heads it out to center ice now, Greg Spenrith, and now a fight, and it's Stevenson going at it with Scott Levens, right at the goal line, American zone.
Stevenson and Levens, now Levens gets the helmet off Stevenson, Stevenson gets him down as both exchange a few punches. Turner Stevenson making his presence felt right off the get-go here, just coming back off that elbow injury.
Fans, good seats are going fast for all events at this summer's Goodwill Games. Get your order in now before it's too late. The best athletes in the world coming to Seattle for the Goodwill Games, a proud sponsor of the T-Birds on radio.
Scott Levens will have an early seat as he'll get 5 minutes for fighting, so he will go off into the locker room area of the Tri-City Americans. Likewise, Turner Stevenson, who will head off towards Seattle.
That's a close-up view of that locker room area. You don't get any closer than that.
Any closer, and who knows?
Fans catch all the excitement of NBA action on Prime Sports Northwest this coming Thursday night when the Sonics travel to Utah. The Salt Palace, a building that is not long for this world, Carlos.
Yeah, I hear they're building a new one down
Opening
there.
up, it's already up, and I think it's going to be open next year. The new Salt Palace right across the street. Sonics will take on the Jazz live at 6:30 p.m. Catch a TV game from the Salt Palace and catch a bit of history before it's gone. I understand they're going to knock it down.
Pretty good facility, they said, always, the Salt Palace. You know, they've always liked that facility, but they needed more seats.
And the hockey team will be moving to the new building as well, the Salt Lake City Golden Eagles of the International League. Back to action. Center ice, neutral zone. Sandwich checked by Kevin Malgunas. Puck is shot by Tri-Cities right in the zone. Going after it, Brower along with Cal Nibbs. Nibbs pokes it free to the point. Seattle gets it there and shoots it down the ice. A race for it now. Brad Zavisha trying to block it as Kolzig does a good job of shooting it all the way back down the ice. And, well, we've seen him shoot the puck from coast to coast at least once this season.
And he did a good job there, as that's one of those do or dies, and he did.
Now it's Virtue, T-Bird zone. Puts it off the right wing boards, right to Cam Brower. Brower will pick it up there, send it center ice ahead for Victor Gervais. Puck is bouncing, brought over the blue line actually by Rennie into the zone. Right there is Farrell. Farrell will pick it up, defenseman, bring it out center ice. Rennie skating along his right. Farrell brings it over the line, with some room to skate, takes a wrist shot that goes high and wide. That shot was closer than it may appear there, Carlos.
That shot may have beaten Lorenz on that particular play, but it was wide, and that creates the face-off.
Let's take a timeout with 2:47 left in the first period of play. A 2-2 tie. Seattle and Tri-Cities timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Confused over which battery to buy, what price to pay? At Les Schwab, no confusion here. No matter what you drive, small car, midsize, large, pickup, RV, marine, the right battery, the right price. Plus here at Les Schwab, we install your battery free and back it with our Les Schwab written warranty. Simple, huh? Your price, your size.
When it comes to batteries, we keep it simple.
Back to action. Birds quickly shooting the puck in the zone and putting it across the slot. It's Kaniski. McCausland is spun around, comes to the point. Both shooting. That one deflected by Goodall wide. Goodall with it at the goal line. Now across the Blue line, Bilodeau put it out front. Save is made. Kaniski trying to get a shot away. He can't do it. And Kolzig has lost his goal stick as the Americans shoot the puck down the ice. Back to get it. Bilodeau poked away by Farrell, but picked up by Bowe behind the goal line. Give it out to McCausland. Sending it center ice, too far for Goodall. Down he goes on a check by Jakes. Back to get it, Sherostinka. American zone, send it to the neutral zone. Goodall quickly will just flip it right back in for Seattle, and the Thunderbirds will make a quick line change. Sherostinka now out to Lindsay as it poked away center ice by Peter Nedved, right back to Jakes. Jakes get it ahead to Sakic. Sakic down the wing to McNutt. Drop pass, Brian Sakic, cross to Jakes. Jakes takes a shot, and a save by Lorenz. He covers up with a penalty upcoming, and this one is going to go against the Tri-City Americans for cross-checking.
I don't know if it's going to be Tri-City or Seattle, as one of the Tri-City players is down on this particular play, that being
Bill Lindsay.
Lindsay is down. I think Seattle's going to get the nod here, and Tri-Cities will be shorthanded as Cam Brower is going to go off for cross-checking. So Tri-Cities will have their third power play opportunity of the period, one for their previous two, and with 1:38 left in period one, a golden opportunity to get one of those last minute of play goals, which are not ones you like to receive. And it really pumps you up when you go in there. Cam Brower from Lloydminster, Alberta. Got to be very careful. You can't say Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. You have to say Alberta, even though, what, you cross the street there and you're in
Basically,
Saskatchewan? Yeah. So you can be from Lloydminster and not know from what province you're from, actually.
I don't think there are many metropolitan areas separating those two cities.
No, I would agree with you. Face off to the right of Lorenz. Power play, Tri-Cities.
Draw to the point, Steve Jakes, 2-2 tie, sends it right through the slot. Spenrith can't get a shot away. They get it to the point, the Birds do, but not out. It's Jakes to Barnes, taking a shot, it took a deflection and goes wide. Sakic off the end boards, Reeves, now to Virtue, checked by Bilodeau, but he gets the pass to Sakic. Right side, the goal line, put it right through the crease, off the goal stick of Lorenz, and that one flipping up and over the glass on the far side for another face-off.
In between periods 1 and 2, Dave, who will be our guest?
Stu Barnes of Tri-City Americans, the All-Star and also the Canadian World Junior Gold Medalist. He'll be our guest between periods. Fans, take time to check out the Midway and Starlight Drive-In Swap Meet year-round, the place for T-Bird fans to score big. The Tacoma Starlight and Kent Midway Drive-Ins, proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds on radio. 1:17 left in the period, 1:39 to go. Americans power play. Tri-Cities and Seattle. Seattle has a 5-4 advantage in victories in the 10-game series this year. And off the draw, Reeves sends it back. Nobody guarding the blue line. Comes all the way back to the blue stripe of the Americans. That's where Stu Barnes sets up shop. Bring it over the line to Spenrith. Has the puck taken away by Goodall and sent down the ice. Gervais chasing after Jakes. Will hassle him, but Jakes gets the pass off. Right wing boards to Sakic. Sakic onside to Reeves. Left side, blue line, put it right through the slot. Spenrith is checked by Stu Malgunas, can't get a shot away. Now it's Reeves out front. Fenris shot. Save is made. Puck bouncing high in the air. Comes out to Glenn Goodall. Goodall skating away from Jakes. He'll just fire the puck up in the air and all the way down the ice. 40 seconds to go in the period. Back to pick it up behind his own goal, Barnes. Barnes bringing up now, left side, circle to his own blue line. Nedved shadowing him, center ice. Barnes will just shoot it in, chase after it. Lorenz will stop that puck, give it off to Bowe. Bowe just gulps it around the glass and all the way back down the ice. Pretty good driver there for Vince Bowe as Nedved chases the puck down first, put it right out through the slot area. Nobody was there for Seattle. Fans again not happy, thinking maybe there should have been a penalty as Lindsay takes a shot over the blue line, and that one goes off the glass. And again, Seattle clears to the neutral zone. And now the puck comes loose. Nedved with a break on it. Has a man coming over the line. Bilodeau right at the buzzer as he was checked, and that's how the period will end. A physical first period of play, and we are all even up. After one frame, a 2-2 tie, Seattle and Tri-Cities will break away and then come back with a first period scoring total and our interview with Stu Barnes. That's all coming up after we take this 30-second timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
We're a go at T-minus 30.
Tower clear.
Internal power.
Roger, internal.
Good, fresh. This is lunch. Lunch control. T-minus 20. Tacos.
All systems are green.
When you're hungry.
We're holding the launch.
Really hungry.
For lunch.
That's a lunch hold.
Nothing satisfies like a Taco Time soft taco.
Anytime, it's taco time.
Back at the Seattle Center Arena, Dave Ackerley with Carlos Sosa. Sold out house tonight here, and thus far, one more time, nothing has been decided in this game.
Nothing has been decided, neither is mine.
One more time, we get caught with the mysterious mic trick. Carlos Sosa.
We're back, we're back now. All right. No,
2-2 tie.
Great hockey game, a playoff game to start this one off right off the get-go. 2-2. Seattle got on the board very quickly at the 1:01 mark, made things happen on the opening goal, and it seemed with the two quick goals that they had in the 2-0 lead that they were going to set the tone for this one, but the physical play, David, that's been a key to everything here tonight, and a 2-2 tie so far.
Started off with Turner Stevenson just a minute one into the hockey game.
It was a shot from the point by Vince Bowe, and the save was made after Bowe pinched in, and on the rebound, Stevenson was able to bang it in. That made it 1-0. Bowe and Danny Lorenz getting the only assist on the play. Then, at the 6:57 mark, Gervais and Nedved combined with Vallis to connect on that play, and this was a power play goal. Vallis picked up the puck, and he lets a good shot go from the point area. No deflection. We thought Kozlowski might have had a piece of that one to make it 2-0, but no, it was Vallis all the way, Gervais and Nedved at 6:57. The Thunderbirds had a commanding, or at least what they thought was commanding, 2-0 lead at that particular point. Then at 9:46, Stu Barnes got one back for the Tri-City Americans, and it was a great passing play by Brian Sakic and Steve Jakes, and the key to the play was Barnes' speed, Dave, as you'll recall. What a feathered pass by Sakic, and then Barnes cuts in, doesn't have much room at all, and he just bangs it in on his backhand.
I got to think there that maybe Danny Lorenz thought that there wasn't enough room there for him to get the backhand shot through.
I think you're right. I think Lorenz thought he had the angle all the way on that particular play, and Barnes, with his great finesse, was able to just somehow get control of a backhand, which doesn't happen too often. And then, just moments later, at the 13:10 mark, it was the rookie for the Tri-City Americans, Bill Lindsay, who connected, and it was off a pass, again, by Brian Sakic, who's got the great soft hands, feeds Lindsay coming down that left side again. He somehow gets it underneath the pad of Danny Lorenz and makes it 2-2 to tie it up at 13:46 to tie the hockey game at 2. So the Thunderbirds and the Tri-City Americans, nothing decided. As you say, David, it is a playoff game.
Even though you had a 2-0 lead, can you be that disappointed if you're Seattle when you look at the two goals and say they were outstanding shots, they were outstanding plays, the one on the power play, it wasn't like you got beat on your own big mistakes on the play?
No, there was nothing like that where there were enormous errors, or the Thunderbirds are not beating themselves in this hockey game, at least not at this stage. Neither is Tri-City's. Very hard hitting, a lot of good action, and a lot of great scoring plays. I think Tri-City's outshot Seattle 19-13. We'll double check that. That's how I heard it from the PA. And Lorenz was brilliant. He made a lot of great saves to make it a 2-2 tie.
And Kolzig had to come up with a few big saves of his own, including the one on the shot, point blank by Peter Nedved. Just did get a piece of the stick shaft on that one.
Nedved came in and let that patented wrist shot of his go, and he had the corner picked beautifully, but somehow Kolzig, he's so quick for such a big man. That's why he's a great goaltender. Got that stick glove on it, or either that or the shaft of the stick, one or the other, to make the save.
Stu Barnes getting the first goal tonight for the Tri-City Americans. It's a 2-2 tie, but Stu Barnes will be our guest as we continue here between periods. Seattle and Tri-Cities all knotted up, and we'll be back with that interview between periods after we take this timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Wilkins of North Seattle Chrysler Plymouth. Plymouth listens to their customers. The Acclaim is the perfect example. It's roomy, fun to drive, and a great value that's loaded with sophisticated technology and more than 50 standard features. Value, quality, service, and integrity. North Seattle Chrysler Plymouth, 137th and Aurora Avenue North. Service is our policy, and the people are real. And remember, they won't be undersold.
Prime Sports Northwest and Crystal Mountain are bringing the 1990 World Pro Mogul Tour to the Northwest March 17th. See local four-time world champion Scott Kauf and the best bump skiers in the world, or enter and compete against them. The bumps, the spills, the falls, and the greatest Northwest skiing in years at Crystal Mountain March 17th. Plus, catch the highlights on Prime Sports Northwest March 28th at 4. For more information, call Crystal Mountain at 663-2265. Brought to you by Prime Sports Northwest.
Richard Lewis for Rolling Stone magazine.
I'm thrilled that Rolling Stone asked me to do this commercial. And yet I feel a little pressure because, you know, if you don't subscribe, they're going to blame me. But hey, I love Rolling Stone, the news, the journalism, the pictures, the interviews. I mean, I've been reading it from the early days of Hunter Thompson, Hendrix, The Who. And, you know, even today I read it to keep up with the new groups like Women Who Wear Turbans and, you know, Blood Bakery. But hey, you know, don't call because I'm asking you to. Although rejection at this level would devastate me.
Get a year of Rolling Stone for only $19.95. Save 68% off the cover price.
Plus, you'll get classic portraits, 48 incredible Rolling Stone covers that span over 20 years of rock and roll history. And it's free, I swear. Look, so we're talking this free book and a whole year of Rolling Stone. Look, I'm not begging, and who am I to judge? But I swear you'd be nuts not to call.
Call 1-800-253-1000. 1-800-253-1000.
Fans, welcome back to the Seattle Center Arena tonight. After one period of play, the Thunderbirds playing host to the Tri-City Americans, and our guest is the fine forward of the Tri-City Americans, Stu Barnes. I almost hesitate to say forward because now, Stu, you've been playing a little defensive late. Is that experiment over? And what was it like for a guy like you, a scorer, back on the blue line?
It was a lot different. I mean, in the first couple games, I really struggled, and you know, it was something where I had to keep telling myself in my head during the game that I was playing defense and not forward and stay back. And I think after a while I played pretty well, and I did a good job. I mean, we had a few guys hurt, and I helped out, and I think it's going to help my game, or it did help my game. It just gives me a different outlook in the game, and I'm more maybe come back in our zone a little bit more and help the defense out. Why did Rick Kozubak decide to put you back on the blue stripe? I guess because I probably was helping out a lot in the power play, playing the point and things like that, and in penalty killing and things like that, I was playing the point, and I guess he just figured that, you know, that I maybe could do it and give me a shot at it, and I did a pretty good job. A lot of teams don't go for experimentation at this time of the season, the stretch drive. Are you guys still looking for the right combination, the combination that can put the team with a lot of talent that Tri-Cities has over the top? I wouldn't say we're looking for different combinations. I think pretty well now we're set, and we have been for a while. Just the fact that we needed help back, and we knew that Steve Rennie and Calvin Hibbs and I were a good line, and we played well together, and we're going to stick with that when we get when the D-men are back. But we needed help back there, and he sent me back, and it worked out. You're pretty happy with the way your own play at this point in the season, now that you're back, and we'll see you tonight as a forward and not a D-man? Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy. It's been going pretty well. I mean, you know, ups and downs all season with different things have been happening, and I think it's been going pretty well. Okay, we'll continue our conversation with Stu Barnes of the Tri-City Americans after we take this timeout between periods on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
You know, after 37 years of selling used cars in Everett, and now having 2 dealerships to choose from, I have one of the greatest selections in the area, with over 270 safety-checked and detailed used cars. We have imports and domestics, late models and older, cars, trucks, and vans. Shop both my dealerships, Dwayne Lane's Dodge at 2902 Rucker in downtown Everett, and Dwayne Lane's Chrysler Plymouth at 10515 Evergreen Way in South Everett. Remember, I'll take care of you.
Wow, Jack, the picture on that NEC big screen looks real lifelike.
That's why NEC big screens are the best. And you can trust me, I'm Appliance Man. At Jack Roberts Appliance, NEC sells for less. At all Jack Roberts locations, Seattle, Everett, Renton, Tacoma, and Linwood. Easy credit terms with 0 down, 90 days, same as cash or bank cards. Every item in stock is on sale. You'll be part of the action. I won't be undersold.
The last time you subscribed to a news magazine, what did you get? A free phone that you've never used? Or a calculator that conked out on you? Insight is a different kind of news magazine. Instead of insulting your intelligence by offering you some free plastic gadget, they'd rather give you 3 free issues. That makes sense because only by reading Insight can you discover how different and really valuable this magazine is. Instead of just rehashing the week's happenings like others do, Insight anticipates and stays ahead of the news, searches out vital stories that need to be told, and tells them long before they're covered by other media. Call now to receive the next 3 issues free. Subscribe if you wish at the money-saving rate of just $15 for 30 issues. Or return your invoice marked cancel and pay nothing.
Call 1-800-253-1000 to get the next 3 issues of Insight magazine without obligation. Yours to keep whether or not you subscribe. Call now 1-800-253-1000.
Dave Ackerley back at the arena with Tri-City American forward Stu Barnes. Stu, you alluded to the other things going on this season, and there has been turmoil with the team.
Well, there has been. I mean, a lot of it I missed because I was overseas, and the World Junior Tournament, and you know, that's something that's going to happen, I guess, every now and then. And I think our team handled it very well, and I was pretty proud of the guys when I heard reports about what they were doing, and it worked out for the best, and it's brought the team a lot closer together.
Is all of that totally now in the past?
Oh yeah, I think it was in the past. I mean, a week after it happened, we're not going to dwell on it. I mean, by far, I mean, it's a common joke around town now, and you know, it's nothing that's ever going to affect our team or anything like that.
Best of 9 series with the Seattle Thunderbirds, and we've been kidding this week about it almost being a best of 10 because it could start in a sense tonight. A bit of a message game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, tonight's a big game. We're going to set the tone for playoffs. Whoever comes out tonight and plays the big game is going to, I think, maybe have an upper hand in the first couple games. And you know, we're not going to let down. We're not going to come in and just get the game over with and go back home and be happy with third place and be happy that they can beat us and wait for playoffs. We're going to come out hard and play hard.
When you look at the standings, 22 points Seattle in front of you, but overall in the season it's only 5-4 in terms of victories and a goal differential in all the games. It has been a close season series between the two teams.
Yeah, it has. It's you know, it's been exciting. You know, it's at least you can say that. And you know, we're playing hard and we're playing tough, and we haven't won yet this year here, and they struggle in our barn a lot too. So it's going to be tough, and we know to go anywhere in playoffs we got to win here, and we're going to try to do that tonight.
Is that what you're saying to yourselves right now? We have to convince ourselves and convince our fans and Seattle fans that we can win in their barn.
I think so. I mean, definitely. I mean, it's going to be nice to get a win under our belt here if we can, and it's only going to give us more confidence in the playoffs. And maybe they'll I guess sit back maybe or whatever. I mean,
next season, Stu, do you see yourself in Winnipeg wearing a Jets uniform?
Well, I hope so. I mean, it's, you know, I can't really say yes or no, but I mean, it's something that I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking, you know, to the experience again, and I hope I can end up there, and I'm going to be working hard this summer to get there.
You almost stuck last training camp. We wish you well, young man.
Thanks a lot.
Stu Barnes, forward for Hopkins. We'll be back with more between periods after this timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Old Man Winter has left Mount Pilchuck Ski and Sport Indoor number 2 with too much inventory, so we're having a March Madness sale. Everything in the store is at least 40 to 50% off. Mini items 60% or more. Save on downhill and cross country, clothing and equipment, boots, gloves, accessories. Everything's on sale the entire month of March. The crazy weather has driven us to March Madness. Don't miss the fantastic savings of Mount Pilchuck Ski and Sport Indoor number 2. There's plenty to choose from, but shop early for the best selection. Mount Pilchuck Ski and Sport Indoor number 2.
It's the garage sale at Harris Ford. 3 days only, March 9th, 10th, and 11th. Yes, it's Harris Ford's largest sales event of the year. New Ford financing as low as 6.9% or customer cash assistance up to $1,500. And find a check worth $1,000 in Thursday's Everett Herald. Plus, over $2 million in quality used cars, trucks, and vans, all priced below market value, some even below wholesale. It's the garage sale this weekend only at Harris Ford, 200th and Highway 99, Linwood.
Dave Ackerley and Carlos Sosa back now at the Seattle Center Arena, where a sellout crowd tonight is watching a 2-2 tie. The Tri-City Americans all knotted up with Seattle, and again, the Americans coming back in a big way in that first period, and it would have been easy for them just to maybe fold the tent a little bit and say, let's just make it through the period and then regroup, and they did the regrouping right out on the ice.
Well, they did that indeed. They played very, very well, outshooting Seattle 18-13 in that first period of play, so the Thunderbirds being outshot and coming out still even on the scoreboard. Some big saves by Danny Lorenz and big saves as well by Olaf Kolzig. Shots, Tri-City outshooting Seattle 18-13. Power plays, that's been a key so far in the early going. Seattle connecting on one of their 3, as has Tri-Cities. But the Americans, the point of this game for them is to try to establish themselves here at the Seattle Center Arena, where they have not won a hockey game. Seattle has won a game in Tri-Cities, 1 or 2. I can't remember, David. I guess we'd have to take a good gander at it. But one game, I believe, is the one they won right before Christmas there, that 5-1 game. Was that
Seattle
what it was?
is 1-4 at Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities is 0-4 here in Seattle. If they could win tonight, both teams would be 1-4 on the other team's ice, 4-1 at home, even up 5-5 with victories, and just right now still a 1-goal, 51-50 differential in goals scored. That is dead even.
That's as close as you can get in the series, and all the more reason why that home ice advantage is important, very important in that first round of the playoffs. So all the more reason why Tri-Cities has to say, look, we have to show that we can win in this building before the playoffs starts, so we don't have that monkey on our back. We don't have the monkey saying we never won there. And they're going to have to steal one here in Seattle if they hope to come out of that series.
Glenn Goodall in the first period for Seattle didn't pick up any assists, did not pick up the goal. Is that things start to snowball a little bit? Do you start, wondering that you're in a game like this and you're still trying to make that happen and get it over with? Everybody's been talking about it, or do you just try to ignore it and play your regular game?
I think if I'm Glenn Goodall, and I think knowing Glenn Goodall as I do, he's not thinking about getting the goal to break the record or tie the record. He's thinking about getting a goal as a contributor of the team to try and get a victory here tonight for the Seattle Thunderbirds. And yeah, it's got to be there in the back of his mind. There's no question. You can't say that, he's ignoring it completely, but by the same token, the number one objective out there on the ice is to put the 2 points up on the board if you're a Seattle Thunderbird for Seattle, and Glenn Goodall is the captain of the team. He has to lead by the example.
One game to tell you about real quick here in the Western Hockey League, a final that happened earlier this afternoon back out on the prairies. The Brandon Wheat Kings and the Lethbridge Hurricanes playing in Brandon to a 2-2 tie, and one more time, Trevor Kidd, who has started 29 games now in a row, standing on his head, and he is having just a whale of a stretch drive for Brandon.
A great stretch drive. He may single-handedly put the Brandon Wheat Kings into that sixth and final playoff berth for the Eastern Division playoffs. And when you look at that and take a whole look at that scenario, what a great improvement. Not that he wasn't going to be drafted this year, but he may go very high in the first round, which is very rare for a goaltender ever to do.
We'll be back with more between periods after one frame. Seattle and Tri-Cities all tied up at 2. Timeout, Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
This winter, come in out of the cold and catch some of our heat. Dallas Sidekicks gallop into the Dome this Friday to try and rope the Stars. It's roundup time in the MISL live at 7:30 Friday on Prime Sports Northwest.
Dave Ackerley, Carlos Sosa, after one period, all tied up at 2. Not Dave and Carlos, but Seattle and Tri-Cities. A 2-2 tie. The Thunderbirds coming out and scoring first in the game. Turner Stevenson and Lindsey Vallis, and then Stu Barnes and Bill Lindsay answer for the Tri-City Americans, and that's where we stand. How about that other playoff series looming right now? Kamloops and Spokane. Spokane is clinched right now, no worse than a tie, and so basically you can count them into the playoff picture. I guess their magic number is technically now a half game, but there's really no such thing. They're going to be in the playoffs against the Blazers, and that one will open up that weekend in Kamloops.
Half game. Does that mean if they play half a game, they get in?
Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions.
What can you say about that? Spokane played Kamloops pretty tough in the early part of the season, but the last 4 or 5 games they've played have not been the big battles. And there's a 53-point differential between those two teams. I would believe that's going to show. Now, Spokane may be able to steal one in Spoke, but I would say, if I was a betting man, that a 5-game sweep for the Blazers would not be out of the question in that series.
Could that series disintegrate into something not all that pretty in a big hurry if Spokane should drop the first 2-3 games?
Well, yeah, Topo's playing, isn't he, for Spoke? So, I mean, if he's playing, then, yeah, I can see that happening. If Topo goes up to his usual antics, then I suppose it could. And if I'm Ken Hitchcock, and I know he's watching tonight and listening and all that stuff, and if I'm Ken Hitchcock, I'll pull some of my guys that, after I get the big lead there and play the guys that, are not the big hitters and not are going to be the key factors in the series, just to make sure there's no untoward injuries or attempts at injury. It's just, it could happen. And it's a big break for the Chiefs. They missed the playoffs last year like the Thunderbirds did, and they do need that playoff series, and hopefully they'll win 1 or 2, but I doubt it.
Well, the series coming up between these two teams will start off March 24th and March 25th, Saturday and Sunday at the Seattle Center Coliseum. A night game on Saturday, 7:30 start, and then an afternoon matchup. We'll come right back and bring our sleeping bags and just kind of hang out for that one overnight, as the Americans and Thunderbirds will match up. Tickets, you see the number. Well, folks watching on TV, you do on your screen. 628-0888, area code 206 on that. You can order through Ticketmaster, or you can line up, and best line up early this coming Friday, the 19th, and tickets will go on sale at the Mercer Street ticket window for that first and second playoff game of the series.
It'll be exciting. First time for playoffs in Seattle in 4 seasons, not since the 85-86 campaign when the Thunderbirds in their inception year, after metamorphosizing from becoming the Breakers to the Seattle Thunderbirds, made the playoffs on the last night of the season, beating out the new Westminster Bruins. at that time, who are now the Tri-City Americans. It all ties together somehow. But not since then has there been playoff action for Seattle, and it's great excitement here.
The Seattle Thunderbirds, as we see Tri-Cities heading back out, wanting to come out on the ice, I believe we've had everything as far as puck shoots and all going on here in Seattle, and we're finally ready to get this one back underway. Tri-Cities coming out. Do you think that they are going to be awed at all by going into those first two games in the Coliseum, and how much of an advantage is it to have played that other game there earlier this year?
Big advantage. They're not going in there with that. I remember Stu Barnes coming out for the warm-up, looking at the big rink and saying, boys, take a look at this. And he was a little awed by it, as were the Tri-City Americans. But they play in a beautiful arena in Tri-Cities, sellout crowds. They know what a big crowd's like. They know what a crowd can mean. And playing that game earlier in the year in the Coliseum, big break for Tri-Cities.
We'll come back with second period play-by-play. The Americans and Thunderbirds all tied at 2 after 1. After we take this timeout, Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Prime Sports Northwest and Crystal Mountain are bringing the 1990 World Pro Mogul Tour to the Northwest March 17th. See local 4-time world champion Scott Kauf and the best bump skiers in the world, or enter and compete against them. The bumps, the spills, the falls, and the greatest Northwest skiing in years at Crystal Mountain March 17th. Plus, catch the highlights on Prime Sports Northwest March 28th at 4:30. For more information, call Crystal Mountain at 663-2265. Brought to you by Prime Sports Northwest.
2-2 tie right now, Seattle and Tri-Cities. After one period of play.
Olaf Kolzig stopping 11 of 13 Seattle shots in that first period. That can't be. Not 16 saves. Seattle, 11 of 13 shots. Seattle fired at him, and the other end, Lorenz, with 16 saves in that first period.
When we come back here, as we're about to drop the puck, still a power play, Carlos, for the Americans. Right off the get-go, and they send the puck off the face-off. Second period underway, back to the American zone. Back to pick it up at his own goal line is Steve Jakes. Steered out now up the right side, center ice off the stick of McNutt. Back to Bilodeau. He'll shoot it off the right wing boards and on goal. It'll be stopped there by Kolzig. Dish it off now for Sharastenka. He'll put a drop pass off the inboards to Jakes, and Seattle has effectively killed off the penalty. As back on the ice comes Browers. Lindsay comes in the zone, puts it right in front, takes a shot, it comes away. The McNutt gets it to the point. Jakes, the goal is open, and he missed it. A wide open goal, and Jakes missed the shot high and wide. Here comes Kevin Malgunas down the ice. Lorenz was spun way away from that play, Carlos.
He really was. He was out of the play as the Tri-City player had crashed into him, and I'll tell you, Jakes with a wide open net, he missed it.
Now here's McNutt over the blue line. Give it off. Left side corner boards Lindsay. Put it right in front. Sakic can't get a shot away. Sends it back to McNutt off his stick and all the way back to the neutral zone. Sakic was down on the ice. And he couldn't get a shot away. He got a pass back out, but it went off McNutt's stick. Here come the Thunderbirds. Center ice. Radzovicia will wind it around the boards. Blocked and stopped by Kolzig. Get it out to Nibs. Checked by Vallis. Puck comes loose to the corner boards. Farrell takes it there. Bring it around behind the Americans' goal. Get it out to Dirksen. Dirksen ahead to Barnes. Barnes is spun off the puck by Stu Malgunas. Puck drifting off the end boards. Lorenz will poke it free to Goodall. Glenn Goodall with it. At the goal line. Being forechecked by Barnes, who gets the puck away to Nibs. Cal Nibs has it. Left wing boards, goal line. They put it out front, right on the stick of Kaniski. Head manning Lindsey Vallis. Vallis skating away from Farrell, who pins him to the boards. Puck comes right to Kaniski. Down the wing, and down goes the linesman, along with Al Kaniski. Puck comes to Rennie. He'll shoot it to the blue line, not out. Bo will hold it in. Goal line. Goodall has it away from Farrell. Checked by Barnes. Puck comes free. Out to Rennie. Steer it ahead. Center ice. Now it is Rennie there as he got it from Nibs. Stolen away by Vince Bo. Here comes Seattle. Bo ahead to Goodall. Onside over the line in front. Vallis. Backhand shot goes right through the top of the crease. And here comes Nibs. Nibs looking over the blue line. Offside. Stu Barnes as he snipes into the Seattle zone with 17:48 to go in the period. 2-2 tie.
T-Bird fans, before or after each and every game, the place to get together with family and friends is Sneakers. Best wings you'll ever want, those buffalo wings. Right by the Kingdome. Sneakers, a bar and restaurant for the sporting crowd. 16 saves in the first period. That sounds right for Danny Lorenz out of the 18 shots by the Tri-City Americans.
Face-off is upcoming neutral zone. Peter Nedved told to vacate the face-off now. Instead, Kosowski will take the draw with Levens. It's won by Tri-City. Sandwith back at his own blue line, goes cross ice, right wing, center ice, and shooting it in will be Virtue. Off the corner boards, comes back to Levens. Levens is tied up by Bo. Puck comes free behind the Seattle goal, and it's put off the end boards right to Kosowski. Kosowski clears it to the blue line and to center ice, where Sandwith will dump it right back in. Darren Sandwith putting it off the right side boards, picked up by Billendale. He'll bring it out with a pass to Darren McCausland. McCausland looking at center ice, now just going to bring it ahead himself over the blue line, give it to Peter Nedved. Nedved has it go off his stick, taken away by Virtue, and he'll just shoot it back to the T-Bird zone. Picking it up there, Cam Brower. Send it back off the left wing boards ahead. Too far for McCausland. He is checked by Reeves. Puck comes to Levens. Levens taking down Seattle's Peter Nedved. Shoots the puck to center ice. And Stu Malgunas gets it there. Now to Nedved. Nedved backhand pass. Kosowski breaking down the wing. Offside call there. Oh my. Fans don't like it. The faceoff will come up outside the blue line.
Jay Shears was right on the line, and he whistled it down on the offside, saying that Kosowski had entered the zone ahead of the puck. Did he? No, he did not, at least on that particular play, although maybe the player hanging out on the right side was just a step ahead, and that would be the reason for the offside call. So it wasn't the pass originating and Kosowski receiving improperly, just the right winger jumping the gun a little bit.
Off the face-off, here come the Americans. Steve Jakes, right wing, center ice, puts it cross ice into the zone. Puck comes off the corner boards to Brower. He'll send it up to Kevin Malgunas. Now skating up the left wing in the neutral zone. Checked by Sakic. Vallis comes in, puts a pop on Jakes, but the puck comes in the zone, and it's McNutt getting it in front for a backhand shot that was taken by Bill Lindsay, bouncing into Lorenz, who hangs on, holds on for a face-off.
There's been a change on the second Seattle goal. We thought it had changed direction, and it had. Victor Gervais gets the goal, his 58th of the year, from Vallis and Nedved at 6:57. All right, Dave, stop patting yourself on the back there. You're going to break your arm. At 6:57,
looked like it changed direction from
to
up
make
here.
it 2-0 on the power play. So Gervais gets the goal, not Lindsay Vallis.
Waiting on the face-off, coming up, Glenn Goodall will take it with McNutt to the right of Lorenz. Top of the puck, out to the top of the circle, Sakic to the point. Jakes fires his shot off the pad of Lorenz, goes to the corner. Fighting for it there, Brower along with Lindsay and Sakic. Puck comes free to Sakic, out blue line. Jakes whistles a shot. That one deflected off the post. Rebound shot taken, and again, that one knocked wide. It was Lindsay. It went off a player. Stevenson now, checked by McNutt and Sherastinka. Puck comes free, but right to Glenn Goodall. T-Bird captain has it in his own zone. Off Kaniski's stick to the point, held in by Jakes. Down to McNutt, corner, out front Lindsay, gets it to Sakic. Wrist shot blocked off the skate of Stu Malgunas. And a backhand pass into Kaniski, going ahead, looking for Goodall. It's picked off at center ice by Jakes. Here's McNutt now, over the line, give it to Sakic. Sakic in front, Lindsay with a shot, blocked by Brower. Rebound shot, another save by Lorenz. Another shot, that one hit the post. From a tough angle at the goal line. Penalty coming up now. And a penalty is upcoming to the Seattle Thunderbirds, I believe. Now, hang on just a minute. They point at McNutt. It's going to be McNutt going off on a hold.
McNutt's going to get the holding call. The Thunderbirds will have the power play.
We'll take a timeout. Power play coming up for Seattle. 15:44 left in the second period. A 2-2 tie. T-Birds Radio Network.
In these days of self-serve gas stations, computerized banking, and understaffed stores, it seems that no one has the time for personal service anymore. Well, at True Value hardware stores, we haven't forgotten that we're working for you. And whenever you have a question or a problem with a do-it-yourself project, we'll do our very best to help. So the next time someone wonders where personal service has gone, you tell them it's still hard at work. Right in here. So make True Value hardware your store of first choice.
Back to action, Thunderbirds with a power play, and here comes Victor Gervais up the right wing. Kosowski over the blue line, has the puck poked away by Rennie and shot back down the ice, and pressure from Terrence Sandwith made that play. Back stopping at Lorenz, now to Bilodeau, give it off to Peter Nedved. Send it off the end boards as he's checked by Rennie, but right to Victor Gervais with the pass. Gervais skating hard cross center ice, going to flip it now to the corner boards, right wing side, chase after the puck himself. Both he and Terrence Sandwith overskated. It comes out to Bilodeau. Winds up, fires a shot. Blocked. Right back to Kosowski. Back to the point. Bilodeau. Cross now. Top of the left circle. Gervais puts the brakes on. Fires a shot. No. Fakes the shot. Goes to Vallis at the goal line. Back to the point. Bilodeau. Cross to Nedved. Now to Vallis. Can't get the shot away. It's poked away by Sandwith. And right to Nibs. And here comes Cal Nibs, the center ice. He's going to be hassled before he just fires the puck in the zone. Good penalty killing there by the Tri-City Americans.
Excellent forechecking by the Americans and doing a good job keeping Seattle from penetrating.
Now Seattle captain Glenn Goodall over the blue line, still has the puck to the goal line, around behind the goal, all the way from coast to coast, drops it off the end boards. Right there is Jakes, and he'll fire the puck off the boards and down the ice. 40 seconds to go. Seattle power play advantage. Lorenz gets it out to Peter Nedved. Nedved across to Stu Malguna, skating center ice. Avoids one check, pokes the puck into the zone. Birds will have to chase after, try to hold it in. They can't do it. It's shot high by Jakes all the way back down the ice. 25 seconds left now. Power play advantage, Seattle. Out of his own end, Vince Bow fires it off of Brad Zavishin all the way down the ice. And as Dirksen touches it, icing the call against the T-Birds. We'll pause 10 seconds for a station ID on our radio network. 10 seconds. 5:15. We'll get it right with 10. Timeout for our radio network station ID. Face-off is upcoming to the left of Lorenz after the icing call against Seattle with the power play. T-Birds will make a line change now, waiting the upcoming face-off.
Very impotent power play for the Seattle Thunderbirds, David. 13 seconds remaining in it, and the cardinal sin next to letting a shorthanded goal being scored on you is creating that icing call. Seattle being called for icing. Faceoff coming up to the left of Lorenz.
Nedved and Sakic awaiting the drop of the puck. Here it is. Thunderbirds win the faceoff. 10 seconds left in their power play. Bow giving it off to Peter Nedved. They'll have to hurry. Give it back to Vince Bow, skating to the blue line. Now pass it off the right wing board, center ice to Bilodeau. He'll shoot it in the zone. Right there to pick it up, Jakes. Cross to Sharastenka, and Sharastenka will fire the puck to the neutral zone. The penalty is over, and the Tri-City Americans have killed it off. Now in the neutral zone, it is Bilodeau ahead to Kasowski. Kasowski gets whacked by Sharastenka and loses his stick. It comes free, the puck does to Sakic as Peter Nedved is hung onto by Sharastenka. And now here come the Americans. Bill Lindsay down the wing in front. He shoots, saved by Lorenz and covered. Right at the goal line at the post left side.
Lindsay showing good acceleration cutting down that right side as he picks up the puck off the boards on his off wing and is able to go to his forehand and still get a shot away, almost in too close on that particular play. And Lorenz had the angle all going his way, and it was able to make the save.
The fans, the reviews are in, and the critics are singing the praises of the new 1990 Hyundai Sonata. The new Sonatas are loaded. And talk about performance, 0 to 60, faster than the Honda Accord. See the fine folks at Sound Hyundai for a test drive of the all-new Sonata. Power plays, both teams have tallied. Seattle, though, 1 for 4.
Tri-City's just 1 for the 3 times they've had. A better percentage, actually. Thunderbird power play, that last one, they almost could have declined the penalty on that particular instance. Not really even getting a solid shot on goal on Colzer.
Declining the penalty. That would be unique in hockey,
yes,
wouldn't
it would.
Interesting option. I don't think we'll see that anytime soon. Off the draw, here come the Thunderbirds, center ice, up the wing, over skating the puck. Turner Stevenson there to help out, trailing the play. Kaniski, he'll just fire it in the zone, fanning a bit on that shot. He'll hold it in, though, sent back to him along the sideboards, puts it to the goal line. Stevenson back to Glenn Goodall. He is checked by Jakes. Puck comes free to Scott Levens. Get it out to Greg Spenrith. Spenrith pinned to the boards by Stevenson. Fighting for the puck there. Kaniski, it's tied up and hung on to for a faceoff. Haven't seen nearly the physical play this period. Things have really calmed down.
Just thinking that myself, David. It's been more, let's play a little hockey here and see what happens. Not the bumping and grinding, not the chippy stuff. Everything has been settled down right now, but the Tri-City Americans are going to pick up a penalty here as Steve Jakes, the captain of the Americans, will get a minor here at the 7:13 mark. Coach Rick Kozebek behind the Tri-City's bench.
And Seattle picking up a penalty as well. So they will be coincidental.
Offsetting minors. Peter Anholt, the pride of Nacum, Saskatchewan, taking a look out as his troops. 2-2 tie here at home. Goodall and Jakes having a seat with offsetting minors.
Tri-City Americans penalty to number 4, Steve Jakes. And Seattle Thunderbird penalty to number 10, Glenn Goodall. 2 minutes each for a stick infraction.
Interesting. Stick infraction call.
Stick infraction on that particular play, so that would have to be just getting the stick in the improper area. And it gives the referee a bit of an option where he doesn't want to call the high sticking or the hook or that type of thing to call the stick infraction. That's what he's done, what he's done here.
Off the faceoff, wrist shot by Vince Bull from the top of the slot and a save by Colson. Gervais digging for the rebound, comes up with it in the corner, put it around the end board, sent to the point. Bo holds it in, fires a shot, gloved by Kolzig. He'll hang on as Gervais is hovering ever so close at the top of the crease.
That one was going wide, but Kolzig thought better of letting it go wide because of the Thunderbirds heading towards the net. Shot originating from Vince Bo's stick as he lets a little wrist shot go. That was going way wide, but Kolzig said discretion's the better part of valor here. Let's set that face-off up.
Off the draw, Seattle's Brad Zawisza with a drop pass intended for Bo, picked off by Rennie. He'll bring it to center ice, now get it ahead too far for Nibs. He'll chase it down first, though. Corner boards, put it behind the goal line. Barnes moving away from Gervais, flips it right out front. The puck is free. Lorenz doesn't see it, but Gervais clears it down the ice. Good play there for the Seattle forward, native of Prince George, to fire it down, and also icing was washed off as Lorenz had lost sight of that puck between some skates. Here comes Tri-Cities again over the blue line. Rennie drop pass, Nibs with his shot, kicked out of there by Lorenz. They put the puck around the backboards. It's taken by Barnes, now to Rennie. Rennie puts it out front, Nibs, wrist shot blocked by Stu Malgunas. Virtue takes a firing shot from the point, and that one goes well wide of the mark, and the rebound comes right off the boards to Gervais. Head manning too far for Brad Zawisza. Seattle just wants to make a line change, and quickly Tri-Cities will try to bring the puck in the zone, take advantage. No, they decide just to dump it in and make a line change of their own. Seattle's Kasowski checked by Virtue. Puck comes back to Brower. Brower sends it to the neutral zone. There to get it is Vallis. Over the line, Virtue puts a move on him. Kasowski comes in to help out, but it's sent back to the neutral zone by the Americans. Right there, Peter Nedved. His pass picked up by Sakic. Sakic has it poke checked away by Nedved. Coming over the line, trying to take advantage there of an intercepted pass. Still, they forecheck. Puck in the Seattle zone. Now it's Brower. He'll backhand it out to Nedved. Peter Nedved sends it to center ice, and right there is Virtue. He'll just dump it right back in off a player. Comes back in the slot area, T-Bird zone, Stu Barnes. Check that, Stu Malgunas. Couple of Stews. Sends it in the zone. Right there is Virtue. Send it back to the blue line. Sakic now skating center ice. Over the blue line, left wing. Offside going to be the call against the Tri-City Americans. We'll take a timeout with 10:45 left in the second period of play. No scoring so far in the second period. A 2-2 tie. Thunderbirds Radio Network.
The only beer the only beer
Birds chasing after the puck, American zone, but it's Sharastenka with it out to Spenrith. Good pass, center ice. Put it up the wing, a little bit too far for Reeves. Poked away by Bilodeau, right to Kaniski. Seattle has a 2-on-2. Kaniski overskating the puck. Goodall puts it over the line, and chasing after it is Stevenson, but it comes back to Sharastenka. He'll skate behind his own goal. Stevenson hassling him from behind, gets the puck away. Puts it off the end board, still has it. Spun around by Sharastenka and by Levens, and the puck comes free to Spenrith. Ahead to Reeves, now skating 1-on-2. Long shot, stick save, Danny Lorenz. Out to the blue line, held in by Levens. Sent it to the corner. Reeves checked there by Bilodeau. There to help out is Spenrith. Reeves has lost his helmet. Levens comes in to get the puck along the end board, steered away from Bo, but it's picked off. The passes by Seattle's Bam Bam Bilodeau, and the puck is sent all the way down the ice, but on goal. Just dishing it off is Kolzig, the teammate Scott Farrell. Farrell, the former Spokane Chief and briefly a Lethbridge Hurricane. Get it to Dirksen over the blue line. Drops it off for Rennie. Rennie avoids a check, but it's taken away. The puck is by Zawisza. Rennie puts a shoulder on him, but it comes free to Kevin Malgunas. Now to Gervais, ahead to Zawisza over the blue line. Checked by Dirksen. Zawisza, wrist shot, easy stick save, Kolzig. Puck drifting in the corner. Kevin Malgunas there, back to Zawisza, who's being hung on to by Dirksen. Gervais in to help out, tries to drop the pass to his own teammate Brad Zawisza. Game a little bit sloppy right now, Carlos.
Both teams with a lot of close checking going on, not really getting the scoring opportunities they'd like.
Now Seattle's got a 3-on-2. Stu Malgunas with his brother Kevin and Gervais. It's Kevin Malgunas with a shot, stick save by Kolzig. Steering it to the sideboard, Stu Barnes. Head manning center ice, right on the stick of Rennie. Over the line, fires a shot. That one took a deflection off of Stu Malgunas' skate and goes wide. Held in by Barnes, spun around by Gervais. Gervais puts him to the ice, gets the puck to Brad Zawisza. 2-on-3 for Seattle. Zawisza over the line is being checked by both Rennie and Sandwith, and he'll just skate off to the bench now as Seattle wants to make a partial line change with the puck at center ice. Lindsey Ballas, he'll just backhand it in the zone, and chasing after it will be Kosowski, along with Terry Virtue. Who will get the puck first? Barrett does. At the point, Kosowski out front. Ballas can't get the backhander. Now does. Saved by Kolzig. Whips it once, twice high in the air. Kosowski has it in the slot to the blue line. Barrett can't hold it in. Taken away by Rennie. Rennie will just send it to the T-Bird stripe, and the Americans will make a line change. As Barrett sends it ahead for Nedved in the zone, he is checked by Steve Jakes, and I believe Jakes is going to get a penalty, and it could be an elbowing call.
It is an elbowing call, as it was clearly, you look up elbowing in the dictionary and you see a picture of what happened there, as Nedved just got an elbow right in the chops to get the penalty called on Steve Jakes. Nedved cutting down the left side. Jakes comes in to take the angle away from him. Big elbow right in the kisser. And that's an elbowing minor.
Let's take a break with 8:07 to go in the second period. A 2-2 tie. Power play coming up for Seattle on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Confused over which battery to buy, what price to pay? At Les Schwab, no confusion here. No matter what you drive, small car, midsize, large, pickup, RV, marine, the right battery, the right price. Plus here at Les Schwab, we install your battery free and back it with our Les Schwab written warranty. Simple, huh? Your price, your size.
When it comes to batteries, we keep it simple.
T-Bird power play. Steve Jakes, a 2-minute minor for elbowing on Peter Nedved. And a face-off upcoming to the right of goaltender Olaf Kolzig. Now Kosowski is sent out of the circle along with Reeves, and instead it'll be Cal Nibbs and Peter Nedved taking the draw. Drop of the puck, Nedved wins it, cross the bow, out to the point, Goodall fires a shot, kick save, rebound, kicked at by Stevenson. That one wouldn't have counted had it gone in, and the Birds have the puck cleared away by the Tri-City Americans back to their own blue line. Bow's pass, intercepted by Sharastenka, short-handed to the blue line, and finally the puck picked away and taken away by Peter Nedved. A Goodall back to Nedved, back to Goodall, over the line, down the wing. He drifts off his stick to the end boards, trailing the play. Turner Stevenson gets the puck, now along the goal line, trying to get around Sharastenka, can't do it. Nibbs takes it away to the corner boards. Tight checking game right now, no doubt about it. Kosowski comes up with the puck and has it poked away by Farrell. Back to the blue line, Nedved, cross the bow, room to skate and shoot, he does, it's blocked by Rennie. Nedved gets the rebound. Skates back to the blue line himself, picking up ahead of steam, tries the wrist shot, it bounces free and is shot down the ice by the Americans. Back to get it is Vince Bow. Minute 4 left in the T-Bird power play. Bow ahead to Nedved, over the blue line, has it poked away and back to center ice. The curtain being drawn here by the Tri-City Americans, Carlos.
They're standing up at the blue line and clogging up that slot area.
Now Nedved holds the puck in the circle, spinning around. Fans on his pass, put it off the boards right to Virtue. Virtue shoots it down the ice, and a race for it. Down goes Lindsay, and a penalty coming up to Seattle's Victor Gervais for a trip. I believe Noah Hook make it on Bill Lindsay, and that one you could see a mile away.
Again, the Thunderbird power play, very inept, and Victor Gervais not able to get anything going there as he tries to get a hold of Lindsay, and he does. That's a hooking minor as he just brings him right down. And the Thunderbirds, after 38 seconds, barring any further penalty calls, will be shorthanded.
Victor going down there to make it look a little more equitable, but referee Brad Watson not buying.
Oscars are around the corner, but Victor won't get one on that one. Thunderbirds being close checked very well by the Tri-City Americans. They did a great job of standing up at the blue line there, not allowing Seattle to penetrate, and of clogging up that slot area, not letting them get that good shot on goal.
38 seconds to go in the Tri-City penalty to Jakes for elbowing, and then they will have a minute 22 of power play, barring any other penalties being called, as Gervais goes off for Seattle on the hook. Off the face-off T-Bird zone, we're skating 4-on-4. It comes free to Sakic. Sakic down to Reeves. Reeves to the blue line, give the pass to Virtue. Doesn't take the shot, goes in front instead to Sakic. Has the puck poked away as he was being checked by Stu Malgunas. It's to Brad Zawisza. He'll put it over the blue line in the zone. Reeves takes a poke at the puck, can't get it out. Zawisza holds it in. Fires it, puck rolling on its side to the corner boards, now the end boards. Barnes is checked by Brad Zawisza, and there to pick up the loose puck is Brian Sakic. Dipsy doodled his way out of his own zone. Put it up the right wing over the blue line. Onside to Virtue. He is checked by Malgunas. Stewart and Nedved will shoot the puck down the ice. And this will be an icing call as Seattle was not quite short-handed. There were still 2 seconds to go in the T-Bird penalty. Glenn Goodall arguing there, but to no avail and looking up the clock. There were 2 seconds when Nedved shot the puck down the ice. And instantly the icing call against Seattle.
So Seattle gets a face-off where they don't want it. To the left of their goaltender, Lorenz, with 1:19 remaining in the minor penalty to Victor Gervais. Tri-Cities now on their 4th power play opportunity. Glenn Goodall, 1 goal to tie Ron Chipperfield. 1 more, and he will go ahead of Ron Chipperfield as the all-time Western Hockey League goal scorer.
Off the draw, Spenrith out to the blue line. Right side boards. Sakic crossed the ice all the way to Barnes. Back to Jakes at the stripe. Fakes the shot. Now will take it. Save is made. Rebound cleared out to the blue line by Brouwer, but not out of the zone. Going backdoor is Sakic with a shot. That one goes wide. Picks the puck up, Sakic does, at the end boards. Now along the goal line, Reeves. His shot deflected off his stick. I believe Brouwer's, and all the way across to the right side boards. Now the puck rolling to the corner. Bo will tie it up there with an American player. And instead it's Sakic who gets it out, but the puck taken away from him by Nedved. Ahead to Glenn Goodall. Goodall crossed to Bo in the zone. Nedved will pick up the loose puck. Nedved to the goal line, short-handed. Skates right out front. Now still has it. Will he rag the puck or try to hold it in the zone? He takes a check from Reeves, and the puck comes loose to Sakic. Ahead to Barnes. It goes off the back of his skate, and Spenrith will now shoot it in the zone. And back to pick it up will be Bilodeau. Bilodeau takes his time, now just fires the puck down the ice, and going after it is Goodall. Goodall gets away from Barnes and then is taken down by Barnes, and Stu Barnes will get a penalty, and oh, is he red hot.
He is hot, and he is reading the riot act in about as nice a way as he can to referee Brad Watson, but it will serve him not at all, as he will lose the appeal, and that will nullify the remaining 16 seconds as Goodall was taken down, cutting into the Tri-City zone to create the tripping minor. Barnes is still mad as he is just jawing away at referee Watson, who is half a rink away down in the corner. Can't hear a word that he says.
Lucky on that red-hot tirade, he also didn't pick up a misconduct.
He very well could have, but he was positively apoplectic on that play. Thought he was going to bust a gut there for a minute. Face off to the top of the circle to the left of Colson.
You ran through the gamut on that one, didn't you, Sos?
Yeah, from gut to apoplectic.
Off the trot, Tri-Cities will clear the puck out. Skating 4-on-4 for a few more seconds over the line. It's Virtue now. Can't get the shot away. Lorenz is down. The puck comes right out front, but onto the stick of Stu Malgunas as Lorenz gets back up to his feet. Now for the next minute 40, Seattle on the power play. They send it ahead. Malgunas, Stewart over the blue line. Flip it to the corner now. Going after it there is Sandwich. Sandwich going to be checked by Seattle's Kasowski. Puck is sent to the blue line, not out. Stu Malgunas holds it in. Checked by Rennie. He sends it to the point. Right to Nedved. Nedved cross to Goodall. In front. Shoots. It goes wide. Oh, that one missed by inches. And somebody got a piece of that one to send it wide. Now Kasowski fires a shot. That one goes away. Kolzig is without a stick. Now he picks it up. Third pull the puck in. In the corner, Kasowski with it. Out to the blue line. Peter Nedved. Nedved cross the stripe to Malgunas. Stewart, his pass backdoor picked off by Sandwich. Shot down the ice. But before that, the pass from Nedved to Glenn Goodall, so close to going in the goal.
Very much so. I don't know if Kolzig didn't get a piece of that one, David. We'll have to take a look at that one later, but it was close.
50 seconds of power play left for Seattle as Goodall brings it out to Kasowski. Bad pass. Jakes takes it away. Shoots, and a save by Lorenz. That would have been a short-handed goal. Now it's Peter Nedved. Stick handling with it. Pass ahead. T-Bird blue line. Kasowski. He'll just dump it in the zone. Back to pick it up as Kolzig, flipping himself all the way down the ice as the Birds are caught in the line change.
Big save by Lorenz after the errant pass by Peter Kasowski.
24 seconds to go in the power play as Bo sends it ahead for Vallis over the blue line. Onside. Has it. Right in front. Takes a shot. It's deflected away by Shenka. T-Birds get it to the point. Bo fires a shot. Save is made. Rebound slapped out by Vallis, and it went wide. That one went behind the goaltender, Kolzig, but it went wide. Bilodeau wrist shot deflected off the stick of Vallis, and it goes wide to the sideboards, left wing side. Barnes is coming back on the ice now. They've killed off the penalty. No whistles during that power play either. Puck is shot down the ice quickly to the blue line of Seattle by the Americans, and now a pass from Bilodeau picked off by Reeves. Takes a long shot, offside is called, as caught in the zone was Levens. We'll take a timeout. 2:46 to go in the period. 2-2 tie, Seattle and Tri-Cities on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
We're a go at T-30.
Tower clear.
Internal power.
Roger, internal.
Good, fresh. This is lunch. Launch control. T-20. Tacos.
All systems are green.
When you're hungry,
We're holding the launch.
really hungry,
For lunch.
That's a lunch hold.
nothing satisfies like a Taco Time soft taco.
Anytime, it's taco time.
Back to action, 2:45 left in the period, and the Thunderbirds with the puck at center ice. It's Darren McCausland. Puts it around Dirksen in the zone. Chapman will chase after it, seeing his first ice action of the night. Left wing corner, goal line, kicking at the puck, takes a check from Farrell, gets it away, has it himself at the end board, still being checked by Levens this time. Chapman goes to the right side corner boards now, trying to freeze it, get it there for a face-off. Kevin Malgunas helping out. It's kicked free finally by Levens. Levens will bring it out himself, give it off to Reeves. Center ice pass, too far for Spenrith as he is checked by Darcy Simon. Puck comes back, T-Bird zone, Stuart Malgunas. Malgunas with it, gonna flip it ahead to the blue line, not out. Dirksen holds it in, gets it now to Spenrith. Spenrith with a backhander, gloved and hung onto by Lorenz. And we'll take another break with 2:02 to go in the period. A 2-2 tie. Seattle and Tri-Cities and a timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
From the McGruff Files, the Philadelphia story. In certain parts of Philadelphia, things were rough. Areas were run down, crime and drugs were out of hand, and honest folks felt like prisoners in their own homes. People decided to work with police to turn things around. Weekly meetings led to cleanup projects and folks working together. Soon, the neighbors had their neighborhood back. That's what happens when people and police work together. Write this down, and I'll show you how you can help take a bite out of crime.
Catch live indoor soccer this Friday at 7:30 p.m. The excitement of the Tacoma Stars as they take on the Dallas Sidekicks right here on Prime Sports Northwest. Back to action, Vince Moe with the puck behind his own goal, bringing out Kevin Malgunas, trying to clear the zone, takes a check from Sandwith. Puck comes to wrist. Wrist shot goes over the goal, and Lorenz took a quick peek at that one as that wrister went high and over the crossbar. Seattle just going to shoot the puck down the ice. Icing waved off. It's bouncing free. Gervais going after it along with Sandwith. Sandwith takes a hit from Kevin Malgunas. Bo can't hold the puck in, though, and it comes back to Radzovich at center ice. Sent it to the blue line. Bo fires it right in offside the call. Quickly there, the linesman, Ron Scavato, to make the call against the Seattle Thunderbirds with 1:32 to go in what has been a scoreless second period.
And things started to get a little more physical once again, David, here in the last 2 or 3 minutes. The bodies are starting to bump and grind once again, and that's what set the pace in that opening period with the 2-2 tie. This was a much more close checking second period as both teams settling down and playing just good disciplined hockey pretty much, killing off their respective power play opportunities. Minute 32 to go here in the second period, a 2-2 tie between the Tri-City Americans and the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Sheriff Stenka off the draw, get it ahead to Jakes. Jakes to the Seattle line, fires a shot, blocked by Stu Malgunas. Off the rebound, the shot saved by Lorenz. Both shots taken by Jakes. Jakes now gets another shot. That one spun Lorenz around. He got a piece of the skate on it from a tough angle. Cam Brower has lost his stick as Seattle's just going to shoot the puck bouncing down the ice. Back to pick it up now in the zone for Tri-Cities. The Sheriff Stenka checked by Kevin Malgunas, but he gets the pass ahead to Rennie. Rennie up the left wing to Barnes. Two line trap. No offside call. As a shot taken by Nibbs and the save by Lorenz. Thought a whistle had blown, and now Cam Brower on the top of Stu Barnes.
And there is Rennie as well. That one was fought a little bit by Lorenz as he was fighting the puck, went down in the butterfly style a little early. Shot taken from just at the top of the face-off circle, and he was down. Didn't know where the puck was, but finally covered up to make the save.
Fans concerned about the security at your home. Most of us are, but where do you turn for help? The answer, simple, Heartland Alarm. They're one of the oldest and most respected home security specialists in the great Northwest. Call them today, 1-800-228-5252. 0456. Cartland Alarm and Communications, serving the Puget Sound region.
Face-off just outside the Thunderbird blue line. Steve McNutt and Glenn Goodall will be taking the draw here.
Waiting for the drop of the puck. Here it is. McNutt fires it back to center ice and actually past Kerry Virtue all the way back as it's stopped by Kolzig. He'll give it off to Virtue. Sends it to the point. Bad pass. Simon holds it in. Backhand shot. Deflected in front right up to Kolzig. That one definitely took a change of direction on a bounce up off the ice, and he was in perfect position to make the save.
Kind of a knuckleball coming at Kolzig as it originated as a relatively hard shot that went through a maze of players. Olaf Kolzig, outstanding goaltender. First-round draft pick of the Washington Capitals in the 1989 entry draft. Minneapolis played a little bit up there to start the season back for the remainder of the year. Now with Washington making a trade for Mike Liut in the pipes, still a good chance for Olaf Kolzig to play with the Caps next year, having the veteran ease in the rookie into National Hockey League play. Rick Kozubek leaning with 1 foot forward on that bench. A good look at all the action here in the final minute.
A lot of goalies bouncing around this year, haven't they? Greg Millen a couple of times. Elaine Chevrier.
Millen's got to be happy to be out of Quebec.
He'll be one of the happiest men in the country right now. And what an interesting trade. As he goes to Chicago, his old nemesis. He was with St. Louis.
And just the exchange rate alone would make him happy.
Back to action. The puck comes ahead now through the neutral zone. Teams trading it back and forth. And now it's McNutt skating back, tracking into his own zone. Get it ahead to Lindsay. It's poked away by Seattle and back to Bilodeau. He'll just dump it to the blue line at Tri-Cities and bouncing and rolling on its side. The puck into the zone and back behind his own goal to pick it up is Virtue. Virtue sends it out to Vince Bowe. Couldn't get a shot away. It comes to the blue line, not out. The wrist shot right at the buzzer that goes by about 4 or 5 players and is snared out of the air by Tri-City goaltender Kolzig. And Brian Sakic is down on the ice, out by the blue line. He is hurt getting up as their trainer comes out now to take a look at Sakic, and he'll quickly walk away as Sakic skates off under his own power. He's all right. And through 2 periods of play, again, we have decided absolutely nothing at the arena tonight, except that we've got a tie game, Seattle and Tri-City Americans, and we'll be back with our between periods analysis and an interview coming up with Seattle's Lindsay Vallis after this timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
The case of the Tucson tip-off. In the Midtown area of Tucson, Arizona, things were no doggone good. Burglaries were up, spirits were down, and folks were fed up. So they worked with police to get their neighborhood back. They organized community watch groups. In just 3 weeks, burglaries were down 30%. The people of Tucson are making a difference, and you can too. Write this down, and I'll show you how you can help take a bite out of crime.
A 2-2 tie after 2 periods. What did the second period bring us? Well, some pretty good hitting, a lot of play back and forth up and down the ice, some big saves by the goaltenders. But as far as scoring goes, Carlos Sosa is disappointed. He doesn't get to tell you about the goals here in the period.
No goals to talk about at all. It was a very close checking second period of play. Some good goaltending at both ends as Kolzig made some saves. Lorenz made some big saves. The biggest save I thought of the period was Lorenz's kick save after Peter Kozowski had made a centering pass to try and feed one of his own men. Fed it out in front to a Tri-Cities player instead of one of his own men who rifled the shot. I think it was Jakes who let the shot go, and Lorenz got the big pad on it. A big save at that time. But a 2-2 tie as both teams not playing as physically as they did in that first period, although near the end a little more of the rough stuff. And neither team really taking the upper hand, although shots in the period, 13-10, Tri-Cities outshooting the Seattle Thunderbirds in that first period. Totals in the hockey game so far, 31-23 in favor of the Tri-City Americans.
I thought that not just the physical side, that the game in the second period, Carlos, was played a little bit closer to the vest than in the first period of play. Just a little bit.
Not as rambunctious, shall we say, as it was in that first period. Tri-Cities came out here trying to establish something, and maybe they did. Maybe they came out and said, look, we can play with you guys physically. Now let's turn around and play some hockey.
Well, we're not going to see an 11-10 overtime game, I don't think, at this point, but overtime certainly through 2 periods tied at 2 is, again, and we've said this many times this year, rearing its ugly head.
And Prime Sports Northwest is a big part of overtime.
Your overtime network.
They love that overtime. I know they do.
All right, when we come back, we'll have an interview that Carlos did earlier tonight with Seattle's Lindsey Vallis coming off a hat-trick game in Victoria. That's all coming up when we return to the Seattle Center Arena after 2 periods. Tri-Cities and the Thunderbirds all tied up at 2. Timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Wilkins of North Seattle Chrysler Plymouth. Plymouth listens to their customers. The Acclaim is the perfect example. It's roomy, fun to drive, and a great value that's loaded with sophisticated technology and more than 50 standard features. Value, quality, service, and integrity. North Seattle Chrysler Plymouth, 137th and Aurora Avenue North. Service is our policy, and the people are real. And remember, they won't be undersold.
Prime Sports Northwest and Crystal Mountain are bringing the 1990 World Pro Mogul Tour to the Northwest March 17th. See local 4-time world champion Scott Kauf and the best bump skiers in the world, or enter and compete against them. The bumps, the spills, the falls, and the greatest Northwest skiing in years at Crystal Mountain March 17th. Plus, catch the highlights on Prime Sports Northwest March 28th at 4:30. For more information, call Crystal Mountain at 663-2265. Brought to you by Prime Sports Northwest.
Richard Lewis for Rolling Stone magazine.
I'm thrilled that Rolling Stone asked me to do this commercial. And yet I feel a little pressure because, you know, if you don't subscribe, they're going to blame me. But hey, I love Rolling Stone, the news, the journalism, the pictures, the interviews. I mean, I've been reading it from the early days of Hunter Thompson, Hendrix, The Who. And, you know, even today I read it to keep up with the new groups like Women Who Wear Turbans and, you know, Blood Bakery. But hey, you know, don't call because I'm asking you to. Although rejection at this level would devastate me.
Get a year of Rolling Stone for only $19.95. Save 68% off the cover price.
Plus, you'll get classic portraits, 48 incredible Rolling Stone covers that span over 20 years of rock and roll history. And it's free, I swear. Look, so we're talking this free book and a whole year of Rolling Stone. Look, I'm not begging, and who am I to judge, but I swear you'd be nuts not to call.
Call 1-800-253-1000. 1-800-253-1000.
Back once again here at the Seattle Center Arena. Our guest is Lindsey Vallis, the forward for the Seattle Thunderbirds. And Lindsey, interesting season for you. You've really picked up the pace lately with the goal scoring.
Yeah, it's been going all right so far. I've been playing hard the last 10 games and preparing myself for the playoffs. And the goal pace is coming, and I'm find it from going to the net, going to the net hard, and that's where the goals are.
When you get the chances, eventually they're going to go in, and you have been getting a lot of chances.
Yeah, that's what they say. The more chances you get, they are bound to go in, and that's due to hard work, and which I've been doing the past few weeks.
Now, as far as the playoffs, you've never been in a playoff series before, and now you get the opportunity, and the team we're playing tonight, the Seattle Thunderbirds against the Tri-City Americans, that's a team that you're going to face in the playoffs. How do you prepare for this game?
Well, basically, this is like a message game for the playoffs. We're going to feel each other out, and we want to send a message to some of their key players like Kolzak and Barnes, and they want to come in here and establish themselves, which they haven't done all year. So this is basically going to be a message game.
All right, we're going to be back with more with Lindsey Vallis here on the Thunderbirds Sports Network.
Trying to tighten that tummy, struggling with ordinary sit-ups? Look, the Abdominizer targets the proper abdominal muscles, so each and every sit-up is made more effective, safer too.
I designed the Abdominizer to produce an automatic pelvic tilt, which better isolates the abdominal muscles and makes exercise safer for your lower back.
The unique rocker mechanism lets you rock your way to a firmer stomach. You can have a tonier tummy in weeks. Abdominizer cushions and cradles tailbone comfortably. It's doctor-developed to firm stomach faster, tighten and tone upper and lower abdominals, plus lateral obliques to shape those love handles nobody loves. The Abdominizer, just $19.95. Call toll-free now. To order your Abdominizer, call 1-800-255-6789. That's 1-800-255-6789. Use your credit card to avoid COD charges or send check a money order for $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to Abdominizer, Department 725, Canton, Ohio 44750. But for faster service, call 1-800-255-6789.
Back once again here at the Seattle Center Arena between the periods of the game between the Tri-City Americans and the Seattle Thunderbirds. Our guest is Lindsey Vallis. And Lindsey, we talked a little bit about playoffs with Tri-Cities. Some of the key players that you have to focus on if you're going to stop the Tri-City Americans.
Stu Barnes, Olaf Kolzak, the goaltender. Barnes, the key to the hockey club. we shut them down. We basically shut down their team. And Kolzig, we get to him. He could be a factor if he plays his game or so on. And we get to him, and that'll be the difference in the series, I figure.
Kolzig, for a big man, is very agile and can really move as a goaltender. How do you find shooting on him?
Well, he covers his angles well for being such a big goalie, and you got to get to the net on him. You got to get guys in front of him, lots of shots, and basically you beat him that way.
As far as the summer for you, it was an exciting summer, a dream come true. You were drafted in the first round, and by whom? The team you wanted, the Montreal Canadiens. What were your feelings there in Minneapolis when you got the word and you heard it that Montreal had picked you?
Well, I was excited and just thrilled completely, and I was rated between the middle of the first and third round, somewhere between there, and I was shocked a little, 13th overall, but I was proud and honored to be picked by the Montreal Canadiens.
Because last season was a bit of a struggle for you. It was a tough season, at least on the numbers, okay? You played very well defensively in a good up-and-down game, but didn't put the big numbers up like everybody thought, yet still got picked in the first round.
Yeah, well, the scouts don't look for the numbers that much. It's basically how hard you play. They look at potential. They look at, I'm a big man, I can skate, I can shoot, look for me to develop more for the future and so on. And basically the numbers don't count, so it's how hard you play.
Going to that first training camp with Montreal, were you a little in awe walking into that dressing room?
Oh yeah, I was in awe, and just something else going in that dressing room, all the hype and whatchamacallit they have it there. And
a lot of tradition.
Yeah, lots of tradition all over the dressing room. Just if the walls could speak, there'd be a lot of stories.
A lot for a young man from Winnipeg to go into Montreal and play for the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I hope I can jump up soon.
What about the Thunderbirds? Their first playoff coming up in a long time, since 1985-86. The only player really that was a part of that was Glenn Goodall. He seems to be a part of everything. How do you look at the team approaching their first playoff series?
Well, it's going to be a new experience for all of us. We got a lot of young guys and older guys that haven't been in the playoffs, so basically we'll just take it a step at a time. We got Russ Farwell and Pete Anhol, who both experienced playoff play, and sure they can lead us a bit through that. Acquisition of Kozowski and Bo can't hurt either. They've been in the playoffs a lot, especially Kozowski was with the Memorial Cup champion last year. Yeah, that'll help a lot of leadership. They'll know what it takes through the playoffs, and Kevin Barrett also, and they'll probably help out the guys that haven't been in the playoffs. What does Lindsay Vallis have to do to be successful, not only for the rest of the season, which is very short, but in the playoffs? I got to be skating and hitting and taking the puck to the net. It's prove my leadership and basically play hard through the whole playoffs. Lindsay, I want to thank you for being our guest. It's been a pleasure watching you develop over the years, and wish you the best of luck in the playoffs. Thank you, Carlos. All right, Lindsay Vallis, our guest here in between periods. We'll be back with more on the Thunderbirds Sports Network.
Did you hear about it? A big new baseball video that covers all of the 1980s. It's got everything.
Hi, I'm Jack Brickhouse, and I've just seen one of the best baseball videos ever produced. Baseball in the 80s. You from the Sporting News. An entire decade of headline-making, record-breaking baseball action and excitement. Free with your paid subscription to the Sporting News, America's most authoritative, most complete sports weekly, bringing fans unbeatable baseball coverage for over 100 years. Call now to have the Sporting News delivered right to your mailbox every week at a big 46% saving off the cover price. Plus this full-hour video cassette of the decade, Baseball in the 80s, yours free.
Call 1-800-253-1000. Get your free video with 25 issues of the Sporting News for 3 payments of just $9.96. Save 46% off the cover price. Call now 1-800-253-1000. That's 1-800-253-1000.
Dave Ackerley and Carlos Sosa back now at the Seattle Center Arena. A sold-out arena tonight. All the rest of the home games in Seattle are sold out. They're playing here tonight, and then, of course, Wednesday against Kamloops, Friday against the Victoria Cougars, and then a week from tonight, closing out the home schedule, regular season with Portland. And we all know about every game down in Tri-Cities. They're all sold out.
They're always sold out down in the beautiful Tri-Cities Coliseum. And I'll tell you, Seattle's got to be a little worried at this stage. 2-2 tie after 2 periods of play. They were outshot again by Tri-Cities 13-10 in that second period. I think that Tri-Cities has played a great hockey game.
Other games tonight around the Western Hockey League will kick off the scoreboard show. Just two other games to tell you about. Look at that score from the Keystone Center in Brandon. A 2-2 tie. The Brandon Wheat Kings making a strong move to claim a playoff spot.
They have to leap over a few bodies to get there, like Swift Current would be one of them. They'd like to edge out for that sixth and final playoff spot in the Eastern Division. Trevor Kidd must have stood on his head to keep those high-flying Lethbridge Hurricanes at a 2-2 standoff.
In Prince Albert tonight, the Raiders coming up with a 7-3 victory over Saskatoon.
Prince Albert Raiders have been playing erratically as of late. They needed that win as they're in a battle with the Regina Pats. They're jockeying back and forth. One night it's Regina in second, the next night PA, while PA goes back on top into second place with that win up at the Communiplex.
Brandon tonight, before we go away from the Western Hockey League scoreboard, they are now tied with Swift Current as far as points go with 59 points, and they have a game in hand still. I think they are still a good bet to make that final playoff spot.
If Trevor Kidd has anything to say about it, they will.
National Hockey League now as we look at the NHL tonight. Calgary 6-4 topping the Winnipeg Jets. That game played at Winnipeg. In the second period, how about this one? You got to think this is a wild battle going on with no doubt Greg Millen in the pipes tonight for Chicago against his old team, the St. Louis Blues, and a 4-3 score. That game being played at the old arena in St. Louis, and whenever Chicago and St. Louis get together, whew, it's a war.
It is in that Norris division, which is getting tighter and tighter, and that battle for that fourth spot in the Norris is a battle, too, between Detroit and Minnesota.
You like that Norris division, don't you?
I love it. I grew up with the Norris division, which was in the Detroit Red Wings. Everybody gives it a bad rap. It isn't that bad.
It's not always the best hockey played in the league, but division from top to bottom, some of the best competitive hockey played in that division.
Very competitive. No team is that much better than the other. Every game's a game.
Vancouver right now leading. Actually, that game is now final. The Vancouver Canucks beating the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight by a final of 5-3, and Pittsburgh taking a bit of a nosedive in the Patrick.
I'd say reeling would be the word right now. Mario Lemieux out for the season, and it's showing right now.
Think they miss him?
A little bit.
Boston over Hartford, that game, a 4-3 score. Boston Bruins looking pretty good right now. Elsewhere tonight, other action in the National Basketball Association. And the Lakers top Atlanta by a final score of 123-115. A 2-point win for Boston, the Celtics, over the Philadelphia 76ers. And Philadelphia has had one heck of a season so far and surprised a lot of people out in the East.
They have, and the Celtics, though, edging them. I guess that game, was that in the Spectrum or at Boston Garden?
Not sure where that game was at tonight. 107-105. Actually, that game was played earlier this afternoon. Cleveland, 107-96, a winner over the Milwaukee Bucks. Other scores now in the NBA to catch you up on. Golden State, 123. We'll get to your score in a minute, Carlos. 123-116 over the Sacramento Kings. And yes, Detroit beat the Mammoth team, a great team, the Charlotte Hornets by a final of 98-88. You like that, don't you?
I'm happy. I'm happy. The defending world champs win again.
Are the Pistons in the Norris division too?
They might as well be.
I think they're in the NBA Central. Anyway, other games now: New York 106, Miami 90, a 16-point win for the New York Knicks. You have another point?
Well, I was going to say after the Miami loses, no big deal there, but Michigan State beating Purdue on a last-second shot today, and of course the Spartans win the Big Ten championship. That's a big point for me, if no one else.
One other game to tell you about, in the game at the half right now, the Denver Nuggets leading the Utah Jazz, a battle in the Midwest Division. That game at the Salt Palace tonight, 57-53 the score at halftime. You're caught up to date on the Scoreboard Show, and we'll be back with third period action, a race to the 2-2 tie, Seattle and Tri-Cities after we take a timeout on radio and TV, Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Third action just underway here with the puck. Steve Jakes at center ice. Tri-City's going to fire it right in the zone off the left side corner boards. It comes back to Cam Power, forcing it. Will bring it out to Brad Zawisza. Zawisza cross ice, having to come back for it is Gervais. Bring it over the blue line. It goes off his stick. Now he takes a shot. Kicked out of there by Kolzig. The rebound poked at, and right on the pipe, Kolzig pins it to the pipe. A shot by Brad Zawisza as he just took a whack at the puck, and now players pairing off, pushing and shoving, and it's Zawisza and Stu Barnes talking with each other. Kolzig just did pin it with the pad to the pipe. That shot really surprised me.
Olaf Kolzig very alert on that play, as it was Malgunas who made things happen. The save originally made by Kolzig, and then trying to clear the puck out was Terrence Sandwith, or actually rather Stu Barnes, and it went off his stick right on goal. Kolzig was able to make the stop, so Barnes almost putting one in his own net. Kevin Malgunas trailing the play, poking away at it, trying to make something happen. Faceoff will come up to the right of Olaf Kolzig. 2-2 tie, third period action. 1 week left in the regular home season. And just 10 days left in the regular season. Amazing, David. A long way from the Eagles Ice Arena in Spokane.
Yeah, it is. Off the face-off, Bo takes a shot, goes off the skate of Nedved and cross ice to Terry Virtue. He'll just shoot it down to the T-Bird zone. Come off the end boards and right back to pick it up is Bilodeau. Bilodeau bringing it out to Vallis. His pass off the skate of Nedved. It was pushed right to the ice by Spenrith on a hard check. T-Birds fire to the neutral zone, sent right back in by Tri-Cities. Birds bring it back out, and again it's shot in by the Americans right on goal. The whistle blows for an offside against the Tri-City Americans. And you're right, it's been a long way coming here for the Seattle Thunderbirds. A long journey through the season, and frankly, it's been a long journey for the Tri-City Americans when you look at their ups and downs over the years.
It really has. The player strike in December, it worked out actually to unify the team in the long run as they rebelled against Big Lug Forge. I mean, I think both teams can say, like the Grateful Dead, what a long, strange trip it's been.
I heard a rumor this past week that Bill LaForge might be back in some capacity next season. What do you think? Don't think so?
I think
just a rumor.
You want to shoot yourself in the foot, you have at it.
Just a rumor. Off the face-off, puck is sent to center ice by Seattle. Terry Virtue takes it, fires it slowly down the ice, right on goal to Lorenz, who make the stick save. Steered around to Stu Malgunas, takes a check from Degner. Levens putting the knee into him as well there, ties him up on the boards, and freezes the punt for a face-off. Coming up to the right of Danny Lorenz.
Thinking about a trip overseas, and think TWA, they fly daily from Seattle to destinations around the world, plus 125 cities right here in the USA. Call TWA reservations at 1-800-221-2000. Today's TWA, find out how good we really are. Kind of a lethargic start here to third period action. Minute 5 gone by. Although the best scoring chance came when Stu Barnes put one on his own netminder. Kolzig alertly making the save.
Peter Nedved will take the face-off for Seattle, and Steve McNutt the draw for the Americans. Waiting on the linesman, Ron Scavato, and now he sends out Peter Nedved. And instead, Kosowski will come in and take the draw. 18:55 to go in regulation time, tied at 2. T-Birds win the face-off, get it back to Vince Vo. The defenseman gets it out for Nedved. His pass, now looking center ice, is blocked by Sakic, who gets it across to McNutt. McNutt on the left wing boards, puts it cross ice in the zone. Out to poke the puck away to Bo is the goaltender Lorenz. Vince Vo from his own end, get it out to Vallis. Vallis' pass now to Bilodeau. Bilodeau ahead to Peter Nedved. Nedved over the blue line, down he goes, putting it right on the stick of Vallis. Backhander saved by Kolzig. And Nedved was taken down coming over the line on a check, but he still got the pass to Vallis.
Somehow he was able to wrap around and get the pass off to Lindsey Vallis, who let the shot go. Nedved cutting in over the blue line. He gets dumped there by the Tri-City player, but still manages to get the pass off to Vallis, who gets the backhand off. Save is made by Kolzig, but a good play by Nedved, despite going down to make the pass to Vallis, the native of Liberec, Czechoslovakia, played last year for Litvinov in the Czech Midget League.
Everybody has Litvinov souvenirs at home.
Well, we may be able
jerseys,
we may be able to get those now.
Yeah, now we can.
Maybe we have to write a
few months ago, the answer would have been no.
To President Havel and see if we can get some.
Václav Havel. Václav. Okay. Out of his own zone, Karan Sandwith with the puck over the blue line, right side. Thanks for setting that one straight. Put it off the end boards to Levens, has it poked away by Brower through the corner boards. Reeves there as well. Goodall coming over to help out for the Thunderbirds as Brower comes up with the puck, still being checked by Reeves. Clearing it to the blue line, not out. Virtue, wrist shot deflected in front. Puck bouncing free, taken by Stevenson. Turner Stevenson, head manning Glenn Goodall. Center ice, left wing, down to the blue line. Has to hold things up and bring it back to Stu Malgunas. He'll just shoot it in the zone. And Malgunas and Brower will head off the ice. Seattle with a defensive line change. Forechecking, Big Al Kaniski on Karan Sandwith. Puck comes free to Goodall, puts it right out front off the skate of Spenrith. And then Kaniski takes another pop from Sandwith. Here come the Americans. Spenrith from Reeves down the wing. Checked by Bam Bam Bilodeau. His pass right up front to Barnes, who picks it off and shoots a shot that's gloved by Lorenz. What a dangerous play there.
Barnes picked up the loose puck in the slot area. Didn't get the shot away that he wanted to, as it was partially deflected. Lorenz able to easily make the glove save. Greg Spenrith, the draft pick of the New York Rangers, started the season with Flint in the International Hockey League. Spenrith, you win with guys like Spenrith, a tough, grinding winger. Works very hard.
Face-off is upcoming to the left of Lorenz. Gervais will take the draw with Stu Barnes. Drop of the puck, sent to the corner. Vince Boll there to pick it up for Seattle. Bring it out to the blue line, too far for Brad Zavisha. Puck rolling on its side. Back to the blue stripe of Tri-Cities where Jake sends it back to center ice. There to pick it up, Rennie being checked by Vince Boll. Digging for the puck, gets it ahead for Brad Zavisha. Zavisha is poked to the boards by Jakes. Puck comes free, right to Nibs. Get it ahead for Barnes. Skating 2-on-3 over the Seattle blue line. Checked by Bilodeau, but he gets around him. Now Gervais putting the puck free, but right to Rennie. He takes a shot. It goes high over the crossbar. Rennie right to the side of the goal, had a golden opportunity, but he was not able to connect. And now here come the Thunderbirds, 3-on-2. Gervais with Kevin Malgunas and Zavisha. The pass is poked away, and right back to Jakes. Jakes get it across now for teammate Sherastinka. Back to Steve Jakes. Jakes being checked by Kevin Malgunas. Puck comes free, but right to Sherastinka. Malgunas was coming up on him from behind, got him to the ice on Steve Jakes, but the puck came right to the other Tri-City American player, and they fired down the ice. Back is Stu Malgunas, headmanning it too far for Brad Zavisha. Taken away by Virtue at his own blue line. Get it ahead center ice 11 to the Seattle blue line. Just firing it over the line as he's held on to by Gervais, and we'll take a timeout with 16:20 to go. 16:20 left. Third period action, a 2-2 tie, Seattle and Tri-Cities Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
The only beer the only beer
Americans with the puck, neutral zone. Around to pick at the blue line comes Virtue. Off the end boards, now put it right out front. The puck taken on the centering pass by Seattle. Stu Malgunas, headman and Kosowski on the right side. Getting around one man, that's Sandwich. Puts it right in front. It's Barrett. He shoots and missed the goal wide. Nedved has the puck now. Barrett missed the golden opportunity there. Out to Brower at the blue line. Fired around the end boards. Taken there by Virtue. Puts it right back through the slot area to Peter Nedved. Nedved, wrist shot. That one goes wide as well. Once somebody's lost their stick on the ice. I believe it's an Americans player. As down goes Kosowski. Puck comes to Spenrith. He takes a shot. Stick save made by Danny Lorenz. Reeves with a shot. That one whistling wide. Puck comes all the way back out to center ice. Kosowski going after it. Farrell gets there first. T-Birds want to make a line change. They'll have to make a quick one on the forward side as Farrell brings it ahead to Sakic. Sakic over the line, putting it right in front. Lindsay with a shot, sliding, sprawling save by Lorenz. The goal comes off its moorings, and Lorenz goes down as well. Again, and a face-off upcoming in the zone.
Again, a great pass by Brian Sakic. What soft hands he has as he was able to feed
Bill Lindsay
right in front there, and Lorenz did the stacking maneuver, came across, read the play perfectly, made the save, setting up the face-off after the net came off its moorings. But a super pass by Sakic. He has made about 4 of those, 2 of which have gone for goals, and that one almost did right there.
The stacking maneuver, Carlos, as we see Brian Sakic, for some goaltenders, a desperation move. For others, really a major part of their repertoire.
Well, if used right, what the stack does is set up a situation where there's not much net to shoot at, not much net to shoot at on a particular play. And what Lorenz did on that play was he knew that the pass was going to come from Sakic. He just had to wait long enough so he didn't give up too much of the net that he was covering while he was watching the puck carrier. And then the only way he could cover a lot of net was to stack, and it worked to his advantage. It forces the player who receives the pass to launch the puck high and over the top of the net.
15 minutes, 19 seconds to go now in the third period of play. A 2-2 tie, still all knotted up here, and baseball season is here. Can you believe it? And the Washington Huskies, hey, they're the only ones playing baseball right now, ladies and gentlemen. The Huskies, the Dogs, are going to hit it off at the Kingdome this year. They'll take on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame this Friday at 10 o'clock. That's 10 p.m. right here On Prime Sports Northwest, get ready for Pac-10 baseball, Northern Division action.
Hey, it's the only game in town for baseball. Of course, they may never play.
They may bring that senior league back for an encore down in Florida. Nothing else going on. You don't think so?
I saw one of those games, and it was more than enough. I saw it on some network. I don't know where. I know it wasn't Prime Sports Northwest. They do they carry it?
Yes.
Did they carry it?
Now that you've shot yourself in the foot
That's
with that
all right.
one, Carlos.
It was a wonderful event and well done and all that good stuff. A lot of old guys out there playing ball. Very interesting. Face-off will be outside.
Now that we know you're straddling the fence on that issue, 2-2 tie. Waiting now as the Rink Rats attend to the goal down at the south end of the arena, where one of the not the magnet moorings, but the plastic moorings has come loose. They're having a hard time getting it back in the ice. Thunderbird bench.
Well, Lindsay really crashed into that net as the Thunderbirds await the start of the play. And what Lindsay did was just clobber into that net, and resulting as he cut in. Now look at the pass by Sakic. A beautiful pass. He stops, freezes everybody, and then feeds the pass. Lorenz is there to make the big save. Lindsay goes flying off the trip. Could have been a tripping minor. And the net comes off both its moorings, something that doesn't happen too often. In this game tonight, Tri-Cities, now this third period, the third game in 3 nights, the legs have got to be a little bit lead-filled by this stage. But right now, Tri-Cities very successful in having Seattle play to their pace. And they're setting the pace at least for a road game here.
On that play, you're right, Sakic with the great pass. Lindsay with a good shot and an outstanding save by Lorenz. A boom, boom, boom play.
This Phil Lindsay kid, I've been saying it all year, a very unheralded rookie in the Western Hockey League, but look at the break he gets. He breaks into the league same year as Peter Nedved does.
True.
And so, I mean, he's not going to be the rookie of the year, but any other year he very well could have been.
He's had an excellent year for the Americans. Tri-Cities number 11. Off the face-off, back to action. Finally, they've got the goal set up. It's been fixed. The mooring, the plastic mooring, as the puck is shot in the Seattle zone. Bilodeau has it taken away right in front. Lindsay trying to center it, picked off. The pass is by Goodall, who stood straight up on a check by Lindsay. The Birds cleared to the point, not out. Farrell's shot goes off the glove of Sakic, bounces in the crease. Sakic down to the corner boards, trying to flip it back out front. Seattle picking it up there. Brad Zawisza ahead to Glenn Goodall. Puts it across to Vallis, skating 1-on-3. Vallis over the blue line, right wing side, wants to go around Farrell, gets to the end boards. Farrell checking him off the puck there. Trailing the play is Goodall. Glenn Goodall comes up with it. The T-Bird captain to the point. Bo, his shot blocked by Sakic. Back to Bo, holds it in. Off the sideboards to McCausland. Goal line, checked by Dirksen. Right there to pick up the puck is McNutt. Get it ahead now to Sakic. Here come the Americans. To Lindsay over the blue line. Bill Lindsay back to Farrell. His shot, blocker pad save. Rebound, bouncing free. Seattle will clear the zone. And a 2-on-2 shaping up. McCausland ahead to Goodall. Goodall at the blue line, puts it over, loses control, sent back to center ice. There's Brower. He'll just fire it around the right wing boards for Seattle. Picking it up behind his own goal, the captain, Steve Jakes. Jakes now putting the pass out, gets it to Sakic. Sakic skating across the center ice line over the blue line. Drop pass ready, a little bit behind him. Picked off by Brad Zawisza. Zawisza with Gervais breaking up the left side. Still has the puck through the slot. Wrist shot, save, and covered up as going into the goal and knocking it off the moorings is Kevin Malgunas. And last couple of games, we've seen the goal go off quite a bit here in Seattle, haven't we?
We have, and part of the problem with that may be with the basketball going on here with the high school basketball tournament. Maybe going back and forth, they can't get those little holes that they put the moorings in the way they want them.
Spent a lot of time this afternoon working on the ice, getting it ready for tonight's game.
Had to do that. Ronnie Scavato there trying to get it. Cutting in on the play.
Brad
Zawisza, and he lets the shot go. Kolzig goes down in the butterfly, makes a save, and then Malgunas crashed into the moorings. Fans, a lot of folks out there trying to sell you a used car. Sound Hyundai is one of the best. The used cars on the Sound Hyundai lot are carefully selected. $299 down puts you behind the wheel. Only at Sound Hyundai in the great metropolis of Tukwila.
Face off. Bo with a shot. Saved. Kicked out of there by Kolzig. Kevin Malgunas couldn't get a handle on that rebound as it comes to Jakes. The puck does. Now out to Nibbs with the pass. Center ice ready. Break it over the line is Barnes in on goal. Out to touch it is Lorenz, also getting a touch on it as Barnes, and he would have been called for the offside anyway, as he was over the line offside, and the faceoff will be upcoming outside the Thunderbird blue line.
Tri-Cities right now, a situation where they're just going to wait for their break. They're in this hockey game. They're where they want to be in this hockey game, and they're just going to wait for that opportunity. Barnes and Malgunas getting the sticks up a little bit. Rick Kozebek, the Tri-City coach, taking a good gander at what's going out there.
You could cut the tension with these two coaches with a knife before tonight's game.
Yeah, they could set tense now. Just wait till the playoffs start.
It's only beginning. Off the draw, back to center ice. It's Bilodeau just shooting it in the zone. Quickly, Jake's going to bring it out. Held in by Savisha. Putting the pass right to the slot. Right there is Sharastenka. Head manning for Tri-City. Center ice to Barnes. Puts it to the T-Bird blue line. Taken away by Bilodeau there. Get it ahead. Kevin Malgunas onside to the goal line. Checked by Jakes. Jakes comes away with the puck. Excellent defensive play by the Americans' captain. Now it's Gervais at the neutral zone. For Seattle, shoots the puck in. Birds make a quick line change on the fly. Here comes Jakes. Jakes for Tri-City to center ice. Right down Main Street in the zone. Has the puck poked away by Brower. Picked up by Stu Malgunas. He'll send it down the ice. It's a foot race for it now. Back to touch it is Sandwith icing the call against the Seattle Thunderbirds. We'll pause 10 seconds for a station ID on our radio network. 10 seconds for station ID, Thunderbirds Radio Network. Face-off will be upcoming down the ice. T-Bird zone to the left of Danny Lorenz. Lorenz getting a quick spritz of water there inside the mask. Keeps the water up on the twine, up on the net. That a fairly recent addition in the last couple of years.
Last couple of years they've been doing that. And what that does is when you've got that mask on, you're sweating from the top of the mask. That salt gets in your eyes from the sweat. You need that water just to keep those eyes from stinging, especially like Lorenz, who wears contact lenses. That's got to hurt even a little bit more, irritate the lens.
Goodall, Levens on the drop of the puck between them after the face-off, and it's sent off the end boards. Levens digging for it, fork-checking there. Cam Brower puts him down to the ice. The puck is underneath those two. We have another whistle with 12:45 left in regulation time, a 2-2 tie. Do you smell OT?
It's rearing its ugly head.
How many times have we said that this season?
That is a tired phrase at this stage. 12:45 to go in regulation, 2-2 tie. Next action for the Thunderbirds Wednesday night, another big one. Kamloops Blazers come in to the Seattle Center Arena, and then 3 in a row next weekend, David. Victoria's here Friday night. Saturday to Spokaloo, to the Inland Empire.
Final game in Spokane, barring a playoff matchup.
And Sunday, the hated but not so dreaded Portland Winterhawks here at the arena.
And 2 of those games, Saturday and Sunday, and then the final game on Wednesday the 21st will be aired on PSN Live.
Won't want to miss those.
Back to action, quick shot taken, actually 2 shots. The second one coming from Sandwith at the point, and the Birds clear the puck away. All the way down the ice. This is going to be washed off, no icing. Back to pick it up, Turan Sandwith. Avoids a check by Alkaniski. Puck comes to Stevenson. Stevenson forechecking, but it comes away from him and right to Sakic, skating 2-on-2 over the line. Sakic, nifty pass to Lindsay. In on goal, goes around the goal, put it right out front. Sakic, shot saved by Lorenz. Rebound, score! And getting the goal is McNutt after Lorenz made a brilliant save right in front in the crease, and McNutt scores on the second try around. And Tri-Cities has scored the last 3 in a row to take a 3-2 lead in this game.
Good effort by the Americans as they had good puck control in the Seattle zone. Coming in for the Americans is a great pass by Lindsay as he comes from behind the net. Sackett bangs away at it. Lorenz with the big save. And then finally it's McNutt as Lorenz was prone, getting it through his legs to make it 3-2 for the Tri-City Americans. They've worked very hard to get at this stage. And Sakic right in front of the doorstep, but Lindsay did the work.
About to say that I think that just the nifty passing of Brian Sakic tonight has been the real difference for the Tri-City Americans.
But great effort there by Bill Lindsay.
They pick up the go-ahead goal. Fans picking up a rhythmic applause here at the arena, trying to pick up the Thunderbirds. Back at center ice, Bo gonna fire it off the left wing boards, comes right in on goal. Now whistle blows, offside called against the Seattle Thunderbirds with 11:50 to go. Regulation time, a 3-2 lead. Tri-Cities on top.
McNutt getting the goal. Sakic and Lindsay with the helpers at 7:33 to give the Americans that 3-2 lead in the hockey game. Seattle, David, basically offensively has not had too much going since that second goal on the power play by Victor Gervais.
Back to action at their own blue line. It's Bilodeau over to Bo. Bo will now just shoot it ahead into the zone. Goes off his stick and right to Levens. He picks it up at his own goal line. Brings it around off the right side corner to Spenrith, being forechecked by Kasowski and Peter Nedved. They both managed to get the puck free, but it comes loose to Levens. Now taken away by Kasowski. Down he goes, spun to the ice, puck to Spenrith. Spenrith has it slapped at by Nedved. It comes back to Bilodeau, center ice, and he'll just bounce it in the zone. Barrett nearly stole away an errant pass, but the Americans get away with one there as the Birds have it go back to center ice. Nedved poke checking it away from Sharastenka. He'll come back to the puck, circle back from his own blue line, pick up speed over the T-Birds stripe. Sharastenka with a shot deflected off the stick of Brent Bilodeau and up over the glass. 11:03 left in this one. Regulation time. We'll take a break. 3-2. Tri-City leading Seattle in a timeout on the Thunderbirds Sports Network.
For some people, doing their basic tax forms by themselves can make them feel like they're climbing the walls.
My full name is, I remember that, Dependence.
If you need help, free tax help is available from IRS-trained volunteers. Find them by calling 1-800-424-1040. They'll make your taxes less taxing.
Puck shot in the T-Bird zone. Quickly the Birds bring it out. Malguna Stewart ahead to Gervais. Pass goes off the skate of Cal Nibs. Back to Gervais, and he'll backhand the puck in the zone. Quickly there to pick it up. Farrell head manning to Rennie. Center ice off to Barnes. Over the line, Stu Barnes putting the pass, a whip around pass to Nibs, who takes a shot. Kicked out by Lorenz. Barnes trying to find the handle on the rebound. Can't. Down the ice he goes. Rennie there to pick up the puck. Steers it to the left wing corner. Over the goal line. Barnes coming in to help out. Puck is sent around to the right side now. Barnes will flip it back to Rennie. Rennie being checked by Seattle's Victor Gervais. Put it off the end boards to Barnes. Now to Nibs. Nibs with the puck. Out to Farrell. Takes a shot. Stick save made by Lorenz. What a pile up there in the crease area. Stu Malgunas and Barnes. Here come the Birds, 3-on-2. Brad Zavisha sandwiched at the blue line. Down goes Dirksen. Zavisha after the puck. Picks it up. Put it off the end board. Gervais couldn't get the pass out front of Vallis. Vallis will chase the puck down. Goal line, left side, taken away from him by Barnes. And Barnes will just shoot it down the ice. Back to get it, backtracking, retreating in his own zone. Both teams make a line change. Tri-City's a wholesale one is Bilodeau. Bilodeau sends it to center ice. McNutt, who got the go-ahead goal, shoots it right back in the zone. There to get it, Bilodeau. Out to Vallis. He'll just backhand it to the blue line, not out. Sandwith holds it in, sends it back, picked up by McNutt. Now cross to Dirksen. Gets it to Lindsay. His shot, a kick saved by Lorenz. Birds will just shoot it down the ice. Chasing after it now is Virtue. He'll touch it. No, he doesn't get it first. Kaniski does in front to Goodall. He shoots. It's blocked. Now Bo fires a shot. It goes off a body. It was Virtue. Down on his derriere was Kolzig. And now Bilodeau, Bam Bam puts a hit on Lindsay at center ice. Goodall comes up with the puck. Shoots it in the zone. Vallis has got it. Looking for Goodall. Pass is blocked. It goes right in front. Gloved by Kolzig. He loses his stick, but hangs on to the puck.
Quite a
action.
Quite a flurry there. First at one end as Tri-Cities came close to connecting, and then Seattle coming down, and a big hit by Brent Bam Bam Bilodeau on Bill Lindsay, and a great scoring opportunity for Glenn Goodall as Tri-Cities missed the icing call.
And now the fans making some more noise, and the Thunderbirds have picked up the pace.
And they better start picking up the pace here. 8:59 to go in regulation. They trail by one. Listen to the bedlam here as the fans trying to be the seventh man, if you will, and get things going.
Off the draw, Bilodeau with a shot. Bounces off a couple of bodies, and the Americans clear it back to center ice. Right there is Bo. He'll shoot it back in. Thunderbirds will quickly chase after it. Lindsey Vallis puts a hit on Sharastenka. In comes Goodall to help out. But out of there is Jakes with the puck. Send it down T-Bird zone. Spenrith going after it. Bo puts a check on him. They both go to the corner boards. Bilodeau comes out of there with the puck. Put it off the end boards. It comes right out to Jakes, who shoots. And it's a kick save by Lorenz. Held in by Jakes. Fires another shot. That one goes well wide of the mark. McCausland now. He takes a pop from Spenrith. Coming in to help out Levens. Action is really picked up here now. They hold it in. Reeves can't get the shot away. It's bouncing in front. Backhander, and Lorenz did get a piece of that one as the Birds shoot it down the ice. Icing is waved off. There to stop the puck, Kolzig. Give it off to Virtue. Now to Cal Nibs, center ice. Put it in the zone to Barnes. Poke checked away by Barrett. There to pick it up, Stu Malgunas, head manning Peter Nedved. Nedved, nifty move to get around one man. Circling around, and down he goes. No penalty there. And a break for Barnes down the left wing. One man to beat in the zone. Stu Malgunas has the angle on him, takes the puck away. Gets it out to Kasowski. Kasowski at the blue line. He'll pick up some steam. Birds are skating harder now in the zone. Peter Kasowski puts the pass right in front, intercepted by Sandwich, and he'll shoot it down the ice. Icing will be the call. As back to touch it is Vince Boll for Seattle, and the faceoff will be upcoming in the American zone with 7:31 to go in regulation time. A 3-2 Tri-City lead.
This broadcast has been authorized under rights granted to GVK Communications by the Seattle Thunderbirds Hockey Club and Consolidated Sports Holding Company Limited. Any other publication, rebroadcast of the transmission and accounts of the descriptions of this game without the express written consent of GVK Communications is strictly prohibited.
Fans, the reviews are in, and the critics are singing the praises of that new 1990 Hyundai Sonata. Motor Trend magazine says living within your means has never been so luxurious. See the fine folks today at Sound Hyundai for a test drive of the all-new Sonata Sound Hyundai on South Center Parkway in Tukwila. Off the draw, Birds have it at the point. Vince Boll, checked by McNutt, puck flips high in the air, sent out to center ice. Now Lindsay gets it there. Lindsay being hassled from Boll from behind, puts it along the left side boards. Bilodeau has it go right out front. McNutt checked by Franzovic. Comes now, the puck does, to Kevin Malgunas. Loses control of it at the blue line. Seattle going to backhand it in offside as it touches Kevin Malgunas, and not happy there with himself. Lost control of the puck, and a faceoff upcoming just outside the blue line. Time winding down, a one-goal lead for Tri-Cities.
Difference in the hockey game right now. McNutt getting the goal from Sakic and Lindsay at 7:33. Still lots of time left, 7:09 in regulation, but the Thunderbirds are going to have to play with a little more intensity, a little more jump, as they like to say, and get things going here. Tri-Cities playing a very inspired hockey game here tonight. They have worked their game plan to a T, and Coach Kozabak has to be very pleased at this stage.
Face-off control by the Americans. Farrell get it across now, right side center ice. Dirksen, he'll shoot it in the zone. The Americans will make a line change. Back to pick it up, Stu Malgunas. Malgunas get it out off the skate of Kasowski, taken by Jake center ice, and he'll just fire it right back in left wing corner. 6:51 to go. Regulation time. Birds down by a goal. Puck brought out to the blue line. Kevin Barrett. Barrett steered across to Nedved. He'll have to hold up a little bit. Now just backhand it in the zone. Chasing after it, Barrett. Put it off the end boards to the side of the goal. Peter Kasowski. Kasowski out front. Nedved shoots, and he missed the goal wide. And a penalty is coming up to the Americans, and a power play for Seattle. It's going to be a holding call against Tri-Cities, and a big break for the Thunderbirds.
Kyle Reeves is going to go off for holding here, and the Tri-City Americans will be shorthanded. Seattle will have their 7th power play opportunity, their 1 for their previous 6. As Reeves, actually it's Steve Jakes who takes the nod. Reeves was doing a lot of arguing with the referee. It's actually Steve Jakes getting the holding call. And the Thunderbirds will have a chance to get the equalizer here. 6:34 left in regulation, and for the next 2 minutes, the Thunderbirds with the man advantage.
Face-off upcoming to the right of Ole, the goalie calls it. 3-2 score. Americans lead Seattle. 6:34 left. Off the draw to the point, Glenn Goodall with the puck. Puts it in front, Gervais whiffs the shot, and that one blocked in front. Virtue can't clear it away. Vallis whacks at the puck. It goes behind Colson, but goes wide of the goal. Now Gervais and Vallis forechecking for it with the man advantage. Victor Gervais, get it to Vallis. Gervais wrap around through the slot. Goodall shoots, and that one goes wide. To the point, Stu Malgunas along the right wing boards to the goal line. Virtue puts it off the end boards. There to pick it up is Goodall. Checked by Sandwich, gets it to Gervais. Victor Gervais, back to Glenn Goodall. Fires a shot, that one a stick save by Kolzig. Gervais takes a hard hit by Nibs, who clears it to the blue line, not out. Nedved holds it in, gets it to Vallis. Vallis shoots, he misses it wide and high. Off the end board, Gervais with the puck. Taken away now. After he is checked by Rennie, the puck comes to Cal Nibs. Get it ahead to Barnes in the zone, who just snuck on the ice. Nedved puts a check on him in the zone, the Seattle zone that is, and back to help out is Stu Malgunas. Barnes wants to freeze it for a face-off. Less than a minute to go down the power play, and pushing and shoving Stu Barnes now, along with Stu Malgunas. Still Nedved trying to help out. Goodall gets the puck out to Gervais. Dangerous play, but it gets on his stick. Somehow, over the blue line, Gervais being checked, still has control of the puck. Back to Glenn Goodall, poked away by Lindsay. Gervais can't hold it in, and it's going to be McNutt sending it all the way back in the T-Bird zone. 35 seconds to go, power play. Good penalty killing thus far by the Americans.
Great
in the zone, Lindsay.
I'm sorry, David. Great forechecking by the Americans.
Here comes Glenn Goodall, center ice, 3-on-2, man advantage, drop pass. Kasowski to Kevin Malgunas. His shot deflected off the Virtue stick. It's Goodall behind the net now for Seattle. Puts it right out front, poked away, and to the blue line. Seattle will hold it in. Bowl on the right side boards. Kasowski with the pass. Gets it right in front. Kevin Malgunas, backhand shot, saved by Kolzig. And they sent it to the blue line, but not out again. Now a break for Tri-Cities. It's Fenrick, all alone, in on goal. He shoots, saved by Lorenz. He's trying to cover the puck, he couldn't, but it's cleared away. Oh, what a play. Here comes Peter Nedved. Penalty is over. Birds shoot it in. They'll make a line change. Oh, what a collective sigh of relief by 4,139 fans. And a few guys on the ice as well. In the zone, it's Virtue. He'll send it to the T-Bird blue line. Americans have killed off that penalty. 4:10 left. Seattle 1 of 7 on the power play tonight. They dump it in the zone. Chasing after it now. Brad Zavisha. Birds putting on pressure. Kolzig has made some big saves, but none bigger than the one Lorenz came up with at the other end. Americans now out of their own end. It's Nibs ahead to Levens. Levens skating across the Seattle blue line. Now right circle, takes a shot. Blocker pad saved by Lorenz. He goes down. Puck comes to Stevenson. Sent it to center ice, right on the stick of Farrell. Going after him, Brad Zavisha spins him around. Puck goes to Sakic. Sakic sends it to center ice. Bilodeau gets it there. Shoots it in off the right wing boards. To the end boards. Picked up by Nibs. Nibs will bring it out now. Send it to center ice. Too far for Barnes. It goes all the way down the ice. Icing is washed off by the linesman. Puck in the T-Bird zone. It's Nibs with it. Puts it right out front. Kicked out by Barnes and cleared away off the sideboards by Craig Chapman. Puck again comes right out through the slot and to the top of the blue line. Sharastenko with a shot blocked by Vince Bow. Rennie trying to center it. Does. High in the air. Kaniski clears it away. Time running out on Seattle. 3 minutes now exactly to go in regulation time. A 3-2 game Americans lead. Stu Barnes at center ice, overskates the puck. Sharastenko has it poked away by Vallis. Lindsey Vallis right in front. Can't get a shot away. Now Goodall fighting for the puck. He can't get a shot away either. Kolzig was down. And here come the Americans back the other way. Lindsey in the zone. Lindsey breaks in front. Backhander off of Stu Malgunas' stick. And it goes off the end boards. Birds have put on some furious pressure. Here they come again. Glenn Goodall, center ice. Breaks from right to left over the blue line. Still with the puck. Puts it in front. Vallis to Stu Malgunas and scores! Goal to Vallis. To Malgunas. We're tied at 3.
Tic-tac-toe passing play. Goodall. Vallis, who then feeds it to Stu Malgunas, who picks a corner to make it a 3-3 tie. And you gotta love that. What a pass by Goodall as he finds Vallis. He sets it up there. Vallis then sees Malgunas. Bambo, the puck's in the net. And it's a 3-3 tie. 17-32. The time of this one. And looks like OT right now. And that has brought this crowd to life here to tie a hockey game. Listen to them.
They're going nuts at the arena in Seattle.
Scored by number 6, Stuart Malgunas.
2:28 left in regulation. Puck drifting back in the Seattle zone off the faceoff. We're tied at 3-3, and now a break for Goodall. Has it knocked away by Farrell. Farrell gets it ahead for Reeves. Reeves fires a long one. Stick save. Going to the ice is Lorenz. Comes off the end boards. Digging for it. Reeves along with Levens. It comes though to Glenn Goodall, the Seattle captain. Skating hard. Right up Main Street. Ahead to Vallis in the zone. Back for Goodall. Vallis shoots. He scores! Lindsey Vallis double count. It's 4-3 Thunderbirds. Wow! Woo!
What a great effort here by the Thunderbirds. The fans are going wild. The Thunderbird bench below jubilant. With 2:01 left in regulation, the Heart Attack Kids come back again. Goodall setting the pace. Coming in, finally Vallis. What a great hockey game he's had as he was going down, was able to somehow get the puck away and beat Colson.
In the last week and a half, 2 weeks, Carlos, Lindsey Vallis has been playing like a man possessed for Seattle, living up to all of his first-round billing, and he has got to be one of the hottest players in the league right now.
Well, Vallis has just been playing super. He smells playoff. He's never been in a playoff series, and the Winnipeg, Manitoba native has got to feel pretty good about that one, as he was going down and was able to still get the shot away. Vallis from Goodall to make it 4-3.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Regulation time. Birds lead by a goal. With the puck behind his own net, Thunderbirds shoot it in the zone, and it's Steve Jakes going to bring it all the way to the Seattle blue line, all the way down the ice. Icing is washed off. Stu Malgunas, first one to the puck. How long will they wait before pulling out Colson? That's the question right now. As they put it up over the glass and the whistle blows, we'll take a timeout. 1:43 left in regulation. 4-3. Seattle on top. Timeout. Thunderbird Sports Network. Thanks for reminding me.
We're a go at T-30.
Tower clear.
Internal power.
Roger, internal.
Good, fresh. This is lunch. Lunch control. T-20. Tacos.
All systems are green.
When you're hungry.
We're holding the launch.
Really hungry.
For lunch.
That's a lunch hold.
Nothing satisfies like a Taco Time soft taco.
Taco time. Face off, Seattle zone, drawn to the point. Americans with the puck. Sharastenka takes a wrist shot, deflected in front. Rebound, bouncing free, bouncing. It's covered by Lorenz. Oh, that one got away from Lorenz.
Actually, maybe Stu Malgunas had it between his legs there, although it might have been under the back of Danny Lorenz as he was going down on that particular play. Let me recap quickly the goal. Stu Malgunas, his 13th from Goodall and Vallis at 17:32, and then Vallis, his 33rd from Goodall at 17:59. And Lorenz is down, and trainer Kurt Camp was going to come out, but they wave him off. They say, go back, Kurt. Kurt Camp. Scoring opportunity for Tri-Cities. A shot taken. Lorenz makes a save on the rebound. He makes the other save. 3 great saves by Lorenz on that one, and the puck is down. Stu Barnes parked on the doorstep.
That first save may have been the best of the lot. It took a deflection coming in.
It was a deflection, then on the rebound, still had to get his glove on it, just couldn't cover up in time. And on the third shot, finally, Lorenz was able to cover up. This one's not over yet, believe you me. Tri-Cities, a very game effort here tonight. They've been outstanding as far as their game plan is concerned. 1:35 left in regulation. When will they pull Kolzig? Well, maybe not a bad time right now, but Coach Rick Kozubek disagrees. Got the face-off where you want it.
Well, they're putting on pressure right now without the extra attacker.
That's right. So why risk the empty netter? Rick Kozubek, an excellent job this season amidst a lot of turmoil in Tri-Cities.
Stu Barnes from the point. Puck is blocked by Victor Gervais. Comes all the way back neutral zone. Gervais to Goodall. Goodall being checked by McNutt. Puck comes free. Right back to Seattle. Stu Malgunas brings it over the red line. He'll just shoot it in the zone. 1:19 left. Tri-City will have to retreat and set up shop from behind their own goal. Stewie Barnes brings it out. Blocked right in front on that pass. Kevin Malgunas, who puts a poke on Barnes. Those two still tying it up in the zone. Puck is up on the back twine. Comes loose to Kasowski. Kasowski forechecking. Birds are doing an excellent job of holding the puck in the zone. 55 seconds left. Regulation. 4-3 Seattle leading in the zone. Quickly, puck comes right out to McNutt. McNutt has his puck taken away. The puck taken away by Stu Malgunas, who slid to the ice and got his stick around that one. And they send it back to Birds due to the blue line of the Americans. And now a 2-line pass called as Barnes sends it ahead for McNutt with 42 ticks left on the clock. Well, fans, let American Airlines take you to Europe with daily service to Paris and London, in addition to many other cities on the continent, preparing for Global League play. Affordable flyaway vacation packages, they're available as well. Call your travel agent or American Airlines for more information. American Airlines, something special in the air. Timeout on the ice.
Tri-City Americans, Coach Rick Kozubek calling a timeout here. 42 seconds left in regulation. Peter Anholt talking to his troops across the way. Tri-Cities has the face-off where they don't want it, just inside the Tri-Cities blue line, which is where the 2-line pass from Tri-Cities Stu Barnes originated to the Tri-City forward. Kozebek going over things with his charges there, letting him know what he wants them to do in these waning moments of the hockey game to try and get that equalizer.
42 seconds left. Faceoff will be upcoming just, and I mean just inside the Americans' blue line.
Doesn't get more just than that, I think. Jay Shears, the linesman, he is straddling the blue line as he is ready to drop the puck in the center of the zone.
Do you second guess now with a minute 40 something to go and the puck face off to the right of Lorenz in the zone, pulling the goalie?
No, I don't, because Seattle got puck control right after that, and with an empty netter, they might have been able to just bang it in right there and put an end to it.
Waiting on the face-off. The drop of the puck will be just over the blue line. It's won by Seattle. Back to center ice. Brower waits, shoots it off the end boards. American zone. There to pick it up is Jakes, forechecking Kevin Malgunas. And there to hassle Jakes and Barnes. Jakes will pick it up behind his own net, bring it out on the pass down to Levens. Here comes Kolzig, extra attacker on for Tri-Cities. Puck is held up by Seattle at their own blue line. Americans can't bring it in. It's underneath Stu Malgunas. And again, a bad break for Tri-Cities.
They were trying to get the puck into the zone, but Stu Malgunas got his body in the way of things and then sat down on the puck in that particular play. Face-off just outside the Thunderbird blue line. Rhythmic applause from the sellout crowd here in Seattle. 23 seconds left in the hockey game, at least in regulation play. Tri-Cities trailing by 1.
4-3 score. McNutt and Gervais waiting on the faceoff. Here it is. Gervais wins it, sends it right back to the side of the goaltender Lorenz, who comes out of the goal, flips it himself from behind the net. Kasowski now put right in front and knocked away by Brower. What a big defensive play by Cam Brower. The extra attacker is on. Kasowski shoots it down the ice. This one will not go in. With 5 seconds to go, time running out on Tri-Cities. They have the puck. It's Sakic over the line. T-Birds are going to win. It's over. Thunderbirds win. T-Birds win 4-3. And they win the season series 6-4 against the Tri-City Americans. And even more important than that, they go 5-0 on their home ice, and that sends a message to Tri-Cities for the playoffs. 4-3, the final score. When we come back, we'll have our play of the game on television and our complete game for you folks listening on radio. That's all coming up. Post-game show. Dave Ackerley and Carlos Sosa back now as the fans head out of the Seattle Center Arena, and the home fans are happy tonight. A 4-3 win for the Seattle Thunderbirds, a game that saw them go down by 3-2 in the third period of play, but then Seattle captain Glenn Goodall and Lindsey Vallis take matters into their own hands, and Seattle comes up with a victory.
Great effort by Lindsey Vallis. Great effort by Danny Lorenz tonight. He stood tall, especially in that third period, being outshot 20-10. Seattle was, as they were in the hockey game, by the Tri-City Americans 51-33. Lorenz was brilliant tonight, and he was the difference in the hockey game for Seattle in a situation where they could have been bombed by Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities played a great game, but not enough.
Lindsey Vallis comes up with the tying goal and then the go-ahead goal as well, and what a goal it was.
That go-ahead goal by Lindsey Vallis. It was a great pass by Glenn Goodall to start the play as he comes in and moves the puck up, headsmans it over the blue line, gets it. Vallis somehow gets to the puck and falling down is able to let the good shot go. Good enough at least to beat Olaf Kolzig on that particular play to make it 4-3, and that came about 40 seconds after Seattle had scored the equalizer just moments before, after Tri-Cities had gone ahead 3-2. A game where Tri-Cities, David, dictated the pace, but in the upshot in the end, it was Seattle with the victory.
Well, on television now, viewers stick around, because coming up we've got winter sports for you. And a lot, you thought it was spring. No, not quite. Winter sports for you. We've got luge racing coming up from Lake Placid, New York. And then the Alcan 5000 Rally, this road race from Seattle to Alaska, taking you through lots of scenic countryside along with the excitement of the racing. And then coming up at 10:30 tonight, Pac-10 Men's Hoop, the championship game from the tournament down south right here on Prime Sports Northwest. And don't forget, more hockey action coming up this Saturday, a week from yesterday, as the Thunderbirds take on the Spokane Chiefs. Our final visit to the Pink Palace, barring a championship matchup later on. That could happen. The Spokane Chiefs in Seattle, 7:30 face-off right here on Prime Sports Northwest. Again, for television viewers, our final score tonight, we bid you adieu. It's 4-3 Seattle, coming up with a big come-from-behind victory over Tri-Cities. Radio listeners, stick around. Dave Ackerley and Carlos Sosa saying so long on Prime Sports Northwest.